ship I have except a small like flight off into the abyss and hope for the best. And it turned out that small flight was apparently all I needed. So many casualties, but we won. I think we even actually got a good ship that we were able to snag. Just my workers joinked it after it attacked our fleet.
Why do I have 2 cunning actions?
I have no idea.
Why not?
Because one is acting cunningly, and one is cunningly acting.
Wait, I have this and then this.
Wait, the cunning action. It's like you have to figure out which one's the real one. You gotta shoot the other one.
What kind of action is this? Self.
I wonder if it like updated and gave you both because you're a rogue of that level for some reason.
I don't know.
I wonder if I have any weird
It
things
might
going on
have.
in my features.
Because I mean, it's been updating. Yeah, like that shield was not the shield icon. Organize that. I don't think the traveler's clothes was that.
I forgot that I forgot I have a passive ability. I put in this woman in all caps.
Why is the sling a slingshot? That is
See,
not a sling.
I prefer it to be a personality trait. Just woman.
You usually put it in flaws, don't you?
I think I switch between personality trait and flaws. It depends on how I feel. It's one of those two, though, usually, yes.
See, I like rolling for the dick size, and if it's high enough, I put it in personality traits, and if it's low enough, I put it into the flaws. 3 out of 12, that's a flaw, for sure.
Like
let me remind myself.
Icon.
That's actually so perfect.
Yeah.
Fucking true.
What is it?
Wait, hold on. Why are the rations like a leg of meat? I don't feel like that's
cured ham.
Ration.
It's I think been that for like a while.
You don't pack for a camping trip and just put a leg of meat into a bag for later.
I'll need this in the future.
It'll keep.
It just have to be cured ham. It will keep.
Cured?
Yes.
I don't want my meat sick ever.
Oh, yeah,
well, that's why you cure it, dumbass. Are you stupid?
Meat that never needed to be cured.
Well, you are some kind of funny guy.
No, I've been broken of that long ago.
Then why do you keep making shit jokes?
It's just who I am.
Comprehensible. Perish.
Reprehensible.
Perish.
Perish? I don't even go to church.
Why not, sinner?
Perish? Get it? Oh my god. He does it again.
That's why I followed up with why not sinner? You know, because you don't go to church.
I don't go to church, so I'm sin church. You're right.
I need to make more characters that just hate Regal in D&D.
What?
Is this a running theme?
I just enjoyed when I was dungeon mastering and just having every single NPC hate Regal for some reason or another. And we would just meet them and they'd be like, sinner!
Good old Crabstain.
I will.
Crabstain wasn't the sinner guy.
I'll be right back.
Who is legality?
Acquiring matter to ingest.
If he's gonna do that, I'm gonna do that too.
Fuck it. Right back. It's a trend now. I'll do it 3. I'll be right back as well. I'll just grab something quick.
Damn, if I fucking knew this was gonna happen, I would have had time to fucking throw shit in the crock pot. I gotta start that now, though. God knows how long that's gonna fucking take me.
I should have done that beforehand because I've been bringing race balls to work.
Mm.
I forgot to do it.
Yeah, I'm making all my own food this week because I'm home alone. And fucking yesterday, I was also snowed in along.
Yep. Now, apparently, my work decided that they weren't going to have us go out and try and deliver things in a blizzard. I was
That's good.
surprised. I was like, they're just gonna look at it and go like, it's not too bad. You guys can go out driving it. Even though the roads have been terrible, even now, like nearly a week since then.
Yeah, I keep being told by family like, hey, yeah, don't go out on the roads. Including my fucking brother is like, hey, don't go on the roads. If you need anything, just tell me.
Yep. Especially because I'm driving the delivery trucks, and those things are from like the 50s and rear-wheel drive, meaning they're absolutely terrible on the snow.
Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah, no.
At some point, I need to go fucking get all the snow off my car. But that's like fucking 8 inches deep at this point, so that's
And
gonna fucking suck my
probably
dick.
frozen.
No, it won't be frozen because it hasn't been cold enough for it to melt and refreeze. No, sorry, it's been too cold for it to melt and refreeze. I think the high yesterday was like 17 degrees. So we're still good for now.
Yeah, it's been a little bit higher over here. Winter weather advisory. What?
Oh, we've
It's
had that
supposed to
fucking
snow
constantly
more?
for the past few days.
I just didn't know it was going to continue snowing.
It's the full forecast looking right now. Let's see.
Yeah, it just looks like it's going to be raining for the next like week, or sunny, I suppose here.
It's 18 and 7, 20 and -4, 18 and 17. Not a lot of variation on Saturday, apparently. 29-9. Ooh, we can hit above 20. 23 and 10, and then 35 and 27. So Tuesday is when shit will start to melt and then refreeze. So that's going to suck my dick.
Ours here is mostly around 40s with a drop of a couple of days down to mid to low 20s.
I'm back.
We hit
I want to keep
40
my
on
mic
Friday,
muted
and that's
for
the
a
high
bit
that
while I
day.
eat. So while I eat, I'm going to have my mic off, but I'm here.
All
Mhm.
right. I mean, we still need to wait for Jake and Theo to come back. So
I'm using this time wisely by looking at more stuff that makes me want to fucking die.
I know
Trying to be
that
present.
I will need a refresher because I remember we made landfall, a bunch of stuff happened, spooky stuff, dwarven stuff, and I don't remember the details super well.
I mean, not actually that much has happened since you've made landfall. I think that's basically what happened last time. Is you guys made landfall. What do I want to try for? Yeah, whatever. I'll just let that keep ticking.
I need to fucking learn to read better, goddammit.
Yummy. But
Yeah.
I'm eating. I'm just taunting you with how good my food is.
Ugh. Yeah. I was looking for some alternative
Yeah.
centaurs for this. And so I was curious what other kinds of centaurs there were other than the kind I was specifically looking for. And I figured out there is a creature in old advanced D&D called a note, or I think that's how you pronounce it. Basically a gnome goat centaur is what it is. And it's Gnoat is how you spell its name.
Oh.
I think I've heard of those.
Yeah, apparently they're centaur kin or something like that. Like that wasn't what I was looking for, but I was
That's what you
pleasantly surprised. They technically already existed in some ways. Yeah, I shouldn't be surprised. I guess Advanced D&D had some freaking weird monsters. Mostly because they were just starting out, so of course they had a bunch of weird monsters because they were just throwing everything at the wall and seeing what was like. I think that's where flumps came from, to be fair. Was advanced. The flumps are strange creatures. One of the very few good creatures in the Underdark.
They're good creatures?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
yeah. The giant emotion-eating jellyfish that you can flip over and become helpless.
We're back. Sorry, it took a little longer than I expected. I always believe in my toaster a little too much, but it takes 6 years to actually toast the fucking bread. So
Mm.
I have miso soup that insists on being spicier than I ever expect it to be.
What do you have in there?
I
I've
don't
never thought of
know.
spicy miso.
It's a mystery to me.
I always forget this
So-
picture exists.
What were we doing? Where were we
I mean,
going?
is everyone back? Because I'll recap once everyone's here. I think we all are, but
Rumpus?
Rabrave.
Oh yeah, sorry. I am here actually. I was watching a video on my phone, so I paused it and then said hello. But then I realized that I didn't have to just pause the video. I also had to unmute my microphone.
Yep.
But hello, I'm here. Hi.
Mhm. Did Peyton return?
I never left. I'm just reading shit and getting pissed.
Mm.
You know my normal state of being.
Yeah. I was looking for lizard folk pictures on the off chance you guys would be fighting those pirates, and I rediscovered the lizard folk that was raised by squirrels meme.
Oh fuck.
What?
I see circulated once in a while. It's just a picture of like a lizard man with like squirrels just sitting in a tree with the caption, "So you're playing a lizard folk, correct? And your background is Outlander. Yep. Let me guess. Raised by wool? Yes. Raised by squirrels. I'm sorry. What?
Of course.
Eh, which I've seen before, but it's still goofy. Oh. Yeah. Sounds like we're all here. So, to recap from when we were last here, you guys finished off the battle with the frickin' the pirates and the slavers. Mostly because that took like 30 minutes because the combat was effectively over. You then traveled on the boat with the pirates to close to the mainland, got ditched in a little dinghy with a couple of pirates who then brought you to shore and basically told you good luck and then left. After that, you walked across the landscape for a while and found some pissed off, angry dwarven guys and a bunch of wolves that don't like you, along with some halflings that do like you and they're wolves. And that's basically what we did. It was not very much. So we left off while you guys were in the halfling clan's camp, which is
I seem to
known as
remember.
the Red Paws.
I seem to remember they said something about seeing a funky guy.
Yeah, they told you that they noticed a person that may or may not be Cook up north of where they were currently encamped a while ago. A week, if I remember correctly.
Gotcha. And did we trade information with them? I feel like we agreed to do
I
so.
believe we did.
Yeah.
Granted, we didn't know much, so
Yeah. You traded the little you knew of. And they told you where approximately they were. So, yeah. I believe you guys arrived later in the day and kind of like shared dinner with the two leaders of the camp.
I believe that is correct.
hmm So, do you guys want to stay the night and leave in the morning? See if you can't bring any other information out of them.
Seems like the best idea. Stay the night.
I mean, as a reminder for you guys, you were kind of followed for the last
Yeah.
few days at least by a pack of at least probably warg-led wolves.
Yes, that's why I want to stay the fucking night.
Yeah, staying the night seems like a decent enough idea.
That means sleeping near halflings, so.
All right, then you can sleep outside.
It's not even near halflings. It's surrounded by halflings.
They seemed nice enough.
I mean, they didn't immediately tell you to fuck off and kind of invited you into the camp, so
Theo Grimaces and Master Race. Filthy halflings. Time to murder.
Mm. Sorry, I
My
unmuted
God, he's
myself to
allergic
say
to them.
something and then got immediately struck by the
Ooh,
surprise
criminal?
spice. But yeah, see,
Hmm?
we spent the first half of this campaign in the area where you guys get to be super racist, and now we've transcended over to the other land. Now I get to be super racist.
I'm the only non-racist.
We each take a
In
turn.
time, you too shall become racist.
You got
Doubt.
like weird like
You-
anti-mage classist shit though.
Oh, yeah, it's just differently.
I just don't like them. I'm not like, we gotta kill them all. Admittedly, I don't know if Mo's like that either. I just think they're dumb.
I think Mo's more like they're going to kill us.
Mm.
Sorry, I'm eating food myself, so I'm taking bites while you guys are talking.
Yeah.
So, yep. The leaders, of course, invite you guys to stay. Valder and Cassaman. And set you up in at least an area if you want to use your own tents, or they just invite you to borrow other people's tents.
Yeah, I mean, I'd set up my own.
Brought my tent.
Yeah. And as a reminder, their camp is absolutely freaking stocked full of wolves and or the other kinds of doggy creatures, including normal big dogs.
Can I try and recognize any of them from the ones that were following us? Are these the same fucks?
I mean, you can try. You didn't get a very good view. The ones that, of course, stick out in your mind is the leaders.
Yeah.
So, do you want to take a walk around and
Yeah.
See if you
I'll
can't
take a
find
peek
those.
around, see if I can find any of them.
Sure. I'm trying to think what would make sense here. I guess just straight wisdom to try and like match.
Sure. Hey, seen better.
I mean, the only like kind of weird golden-eyed dog or warg that you see in the camp seem to be under Cassaman and Valder. And at least based on your, recollection, which, seeing a big huge wolf or warg in the dark is not the best way to collect specifics.
Mm-hmm.
They at least don't look like they're the same, but you're not certain on that.
Yeah, one good way to find out. Still got primeval awareness. I can still kind of talk to dogs. So I will try to get across whether or not they were the one who was following us.
Mhm. Yeah, to be specific, the golden-eyed dog is Valder's, and Cassaman has the warg in this case.
We'll go for Mulders. Or
Mhm.
Mulders, or how the fuck it was.
Yeah, Valder. At least that's how I'm gonna go pronounce how that name is.
Yep.
And I mean, it seems at least welcoming enough. It's not particularly talkative as far as dogs go, though it's kind of like following Valder around while he's talking with other groups. So
That's fine.
yeah, it's like you're trying to like pick up a conversation with someone who's following after the leader. Like you're basically talking to the secretary, and the secretary's like, I gotta go follow the boss. Like I'd love to stay and chat, but the boss is off doing things, and I gotta go make sure he's not
Like
doing
it,
stupid things.
so yes, we can communicate while walking. It's like, nope, gotta follow the boss. You motherfucker.
Yeah. Alternatively, of course, Cassaman's warg, seeing as Cassaman is less the kind of I'm gonna go talk with everyone and just kind of mostly hangs out in like their tent. The warg just kind of like lounges around there and seems utterly, well, not utterly incapable, but just utterly freaking doesn't want to bother communicating with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even gruff about it. It's just kind of ignores you, like it's
Good.
tired today. It's like I'm sleepy. Could you just leave me alone?
Yeah, I'm not gonna try that hard. I will just go back to my tent, grumbling under breath about this is why I don't work with dogs.
No. And yeah, this clan is, at least from your recollection of nearby clans, Mo, very small. There are, of course, children and puppies and the like that are running around the camp causing a ruckus. It does make it at least feel a lot bigger because the adults seem to be, well, putting out fires both literally and figuratively as the children rumble around the camp causing trouble, followed by a small pack of puppies.
I see. Those children follow after my childhood, apparently.
But you guys are, for the most part, left alone by the children, as the adults seem to be like mostly keeping them away. Like once in a while, they'll get close enough to stare at you guys,
You
but
on
usually are
fire.
ushered away. Yeah, no, not lighting you on fire.
Hey kid, you want to see a dead body?
Well, you won't be able to see it per se, but
Hey kid, you want to experience a dead body?
Have you ever died? You
You want to walk a
die?
mile in a dead man's shoes?
You ever feel what it's like to see the light slowly receding as everything around you fades? No? Fuck off.
Do you wish living was
put
more of a
that match
top-down?
away.
You ever wish
No,
life
then
was a
stop
little
hitting
more,
my 10 in the
little more
middle of
top,
goddamn night.
you want a top-down perspective on things?
Ever
So
wish you were playing an RTS?
You wanna be 6 feet shorter?
You want to die?
You want me to end your miserable fucking existence, you little shit? You wanna see God?
Right, now that we've thoroughly terrified the children,
so
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you guys are for the most part left alone. So unless you're wandering around actively interacting with individuals, they kind of leave you be.
I think I'll leave the halflings alone.
Yeah, I'm not trying to
Rawl
bother.
seems to have a similar thought process. Mostly just cleaning her gear, staying in the tent, growling at anyone who decides to poke his or her head in, other than Yumo.
What if I
Frog
like?
does not pop himself out of your sword as a note, Oyeko. And you don't see anything that looks like a demon around here.
Nervous. I'll ask him about it later.
And Win just kind of
Win
hangs out and does what Win does. Mostly stare and record, as far as you can tell. Win has a habit of like writing things into surfaces around her, or it, whatever they are. Of course, she doesn't bring any of those surfaces with her, so you're not entirely sure what the point of recording them in the dirt or grass or tent flaps is, but it's done.
Sometimes just writing something down helps you remember.
Win is also a mechanical skeletal being, so who the hell knows how she continues to keep
Yeah,
data anyway.
Win is a win something.
Win's
We
okay.
just let Win do her own thing.
So
You want some, you do some.
Win and I have a very unspoken agreement where I don't talk to him or even attempt to communicate with him or acknowledge his existence, and in return, he does the same.
I mean, it's kind of hard when we can't actually even talk.
Yep.
Can you read Primordial? No. You have real difficulty talking.
Yep.
So, yep. Yeah, you guys have a quiet night. Well, for the most part, of course.
Until the fireworks start.
Have a mostly undisturbed night, but if you're a light sleeper, this is not the place to try and sleep.
Well, that is unfortunate.
Thankfully, you're an elf, so sleeping is kind of
Yeah.
not really.
Abstracted in a way.
But morning comes, and it seems that this camp is starting to pack up by the time you guys are all up and about.
And so shall we.
Time to pack up and move on.
Mhm.
We gotta go die.
As you guys are kind of packing your stuff, Balder comes up to you, riding on his golden-eyed hound, and looks a little bit not sheepish, nervous, I guess.
Apprehensive.
Yeah,
Hmm.
just kind of twisting his little beard, with a couple of his fingers.
Twisting his fingers.
With his beard.
Beard.
He's twisting his fingers with his beard like a wrench.
Holy shit, this guy's scary.
Yeah, he's like
He
a
leaves
dwarf.
his finger
The
halfway.
beard
His
is
beard's a fucking
actually
ratchet
just
wrench.
the beard is actually sentient, able to do things.
It absent-mindedly
Fucking bearded devil looking ass.
disassembles a pen. Whoa.
That would actually be a hilarious kind of dwarf. Why do you have such a long beard? Oh, it holds things for me. What do you mean? You like put things in it, like food and whatnot? No, it holds things for me. It just hands the beard like a prehensile pentacle, like a warhammer.
So you have something similar to that, where the dwarf just like religiously braids their fucking beard. So I was like, why do you always do that? Well, see, this is what happens if I don't. And they release it, it just starts grabbing shit from the environment around them. It's a real hassle.
It's like Tangled, but from the front.
So, yeah. As you guys are like kind of packing up, Balder seems to finally get over whatever his apprehension is. Takes a deep breath and requests that you guys help him with something. And that's literally as vague as he is at the moment.
With what?
You see, I have this minor trouble that I could use some help with. Some beast that's been causing my tribe or my clan some problems, hunting and whatnot.
How urgent is this?
It's not terribly
We
for
lost 10
you
children
anyway.
today.
We are trying to stop the end of the world.
Well, I figured since you're going to be headed up towards the mountains and all, you'll be running into unfriendly lands to outsiders. And if you help me with this, I might be able to help smooth some of those out for you.
Well, I think that would make things easier. I'd be willing to help. I can't speak for everyone.
How difficult is this going to be?
Oh, not very difficult for you, I think. There's 4 of you, and only thinks about it for a minute. A small group.
Hmm?
Is this? Are you about to ask us to hunt down like a fucking pack of wolves that's led by a warg?
It just kind of looks at you, blinks a few times. No? Why would I
Okay.
ask that?
Because we got followed by one, and I was hoping it'd be the same thing.
No, but I should be able to smooth over that.
If you would like to hunt those ones, you can too.
That's probably one of the more ordinary clans nearby. I'm a big fan of outsiders, rather pissed off about the dwarves and whatnot,
Alright, so what are we hunting?
The ox thing?
Huh?
I don't know. It looks like a really big ox.
Is it made of metal?
No, it's made out of flesh. It's a beast.
Can I try to get to describe it in better detail and take a guess at what it is?
It's an ox made of flesh. They sometimes pull plows.
If I describe it, it's going to be really obvious to you. It's not like as a player, but it's not going to be an obvious creature because they don't exist anywhere but here. Effectively, player-wise, it's a Minotaur.
Okay.
Character-wise, you guys don't know what a Minotaur is.
Okay.
Yeah. Minotaur are something that only exist up on this continent. They don't go anywhere else. So
I'm still technically a monster hunter. I might have heard about it or something.
yeah, your people come up here once in a while.
Dutch has never been on this continent. He doesn't know.
And I'm pretty much just asking for the ability to at least make an attempt to roll. Make an attempt to roll.
Make an attempt to roll?
Oyeko might have been on this continent at
I'm
some point, but she wouldn't know.
Would Medusa be nature or Arcana? Medusa.
In this case, I'm going to say
According.
nature.
Alright.
They're not a magically created creature. They're just a creature that exists up
Wow,
here.
is that a good nature check from me?
Yeah.
That's
So yeah,
surprising.
you put the pieces together that assume he's probably talking about a minotaur.
Yeah, Minotaur. Alright. Sure, we can kill him for you.
Ah, wonderful. They've been a real hassle. Them and their neighbors, always rousing and causing trouble with their stupid jumpiness.
Mhm.
Where
All
might
sorts
this
of
beast
chaos.
be?
Well, I'll show you where he is. Or
Wonderful.
it is. I don't know if it's a he. The monster. Who cares? And kind of lets you finish up, impatiently waiting. Before kind of going to see the other leader, kind of figuring out where they're going to head out next, and then leading you out of the camp. And you are headed north, but it's not straight north like they were describing. But you are headed closer to the mountains nonetheless.
Yeah, so it won't like it's not like we're going out of the way that much.
Yeah.
Still general direction.
So, yeah. He tells you that the trip is probably going to take a few days. They are close to the mountains, but not directly into the actual like peaks themselves. You won't have to do any climbing. They're more in the foothills area.
That's good.
Yep. And the main problem that they're having is that this is usually a hunting ground / kind of quote unquote trainee area. You know, hey, when you're a youngin', you're supposed to go out and gather your own freaking ride so that you can become an adult. And it's kind of hard to become an adult when a freaking minotaur freaking takes you apart.
That'll make you grow up real quick.
Yep. So
I mean,
Your
think
body's
about
gonna
the XP it gets if they kill the Minotaur.
your body's gonna go through some changes. The Minotaur mutters, tearing you apart.
he also alludes to
Don't worry, you
another
won't
group
feel
in
a
the
thing.
area, but he doesn't seem to think that other group
Fucking
is
health
actually
teacher
as
Minotaur.
much of a problem. They're just kind of a thing that exists there.
What's the thing that exists there?
A lot of goats,
Oh,
including really big goats.
How dare you?
were goats.
I don't think that's actually a thing that exists, sadly.
We should homebrew some weregoats. Remember werebears are a thing.
Homebrew a bunch of goat-esque creatures.
Yeah.
So, yep. And yeah, the first day you guys are still traveling across the plains, but during the nighttime, well, there is at least change, as when the warg and its pack shows up, Balder and his wolf kind of or his hound go out to the warg and apparently smooth things out as the pack leaves like almost immediately after their talk. At least for the time, apparently, based on what he says when he comes back.
Right.
Basically tells you that. Yeah, that's them dealt with, at least as long as I'm traveling with you. I'm gonna go way back, so they should leave you alone. For now, anyways.
Good, I can't wait to come back through here after we've saved the world and we'll get killed by them.
Save the world, murdered by freaking random pack of wolves.
I wouldn't be surprised at this point. That'd just be fucking part and parcel for how well this adventure's gone.
Save the world, killed by random wild animals.
Save the world, fucking Mo's gonna get dragged off into the darkness, never be seen again. And then we'll show up fucking at the coast like nothing happened. Hey guys, I'm back. What happened? I forgot. Mo would be like the perfect person to replace with a doppelganger. Wanders off constantly without saying anything, doesn't remember anyone's names, doesn't remember any major events. Like, you need the most surface level understanding to be able to replace Mo, and even then, you might actually know more than Mo.
Yeah, you might fuck up by remembering something.
Yeah,
or
true.
knowing something.
You'd notice someone sneaking up on the rest of the party, call them out to try and gain their trust, and then get killed because you notice something, and that's so out of character.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Day and night one are very quiet. You know, after the nightly wolf visit.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to those these days.
Unfortunately, the next 2 nights are not going to be nearly as wolf-filled.
Spoilers.
A herd of goats is following you around.
Yeah.
They've surrounded you. They're eating all of the grass. You're doomed. Yep. Day 2, however, you finally kind of reach the lower foothills as the plains start to slowly rise. About 2-ish, like it's kind of midway through the afternoon. You guys do see a small bit of smoke near the trail, but not off of it. At least the trail that he's kind of leading you down, which is in this case just a straight line.
God, the goats have learned fire. What next? The wheel? Horseback riding? Archery?
The almighty goat tribe that has learned how to ride horses.
I like the idea of
their quad hoof
goats.
attack.
I like the idea of goats having archery, but it takes like 2 or 3 goats per bow.
I think they'd probably be better with slingshots. You just go strap the elastic stick between 2 horns, and then just have a second one pull the sling back. Yeah. Balder, at the very least, wants to avoid that smoke, as he assumes it'll be trouble.
Everything's trouble nowadays. I go to sleep, trouble. I wake up, trouble. I take a step, trouble. I stay still, trouble. I just want to be done with this shit.
So, yeah, you guys follow his lead.
Yeah.
So, yep, you skirt around it, and whatever trouble that was apparently is avoided. And yeah, there's no wolves the second night. You do still hear the howling, but it's far off in the distance. It seems that your own party's wolf, being Balder's, joins in.
Makes sleeping
then-
really easy.
At the beginning
what?
of day 3,
hold
Balder
on.
tells you.
Hold on, Mitchell. I'm gonna be a prick. So I start hearing wolves howling, and I cast Speak with Animals to see if I can hear what they're saying.
Okay.
Hello.
What are the wolves saying?
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay,
They're basically
good.
just checking out where each other are. figuring out what's going on in that area.
You start listening into an Xbox fucking COD game chat.
Oh no.
Take 20 psychic damage right now.
Yep. Puppies just sound like freaking little kids on their Xbox.
Oh, push out Riot Shield.
They sound cute until you can understand them, and then it's just why.
God, these creatures are toxic.
They must be purged.
All of a sudden, Dutch changes his mind.
I am racist.
Even better than racist. I'm a moderator.
Better than racist. I'm a fucking enlightened centrist, baby. I'm a fence sitter.
So
Yeah, gotta
yeah.
keep the fence posts in, you know? Someone's gotta stay on top of them.
What are my political beliefs? Depends on who I'm fucking with at the time.
Yeah, it does seem like the Hound is giving more information, but the spell doesn't seem to be working as efficiently on it. Like, you can understand it, but it's certainly like, you know how it has Google Translate where it translates most of the way, but it doesn't. There's just certain words that it has issues trying to do it. It's basically that's what the spell's kicking up. It's kicking up like unknown word.
You're getting the grid coordinates, but the command for the orbital beacon just isn't coming through.
Right here, drop the payload.
It's like a big orange column of light where the next checkpoint is.
Yeah, but the other wolves you can understand perfectly fine. But it's mostly an inane conversation between the two, which is mostly, well, who are you? I'm this. Where are you? I'm over here. What are you doing? I'm hanging out with these two-legged losers. And back and
Oh?
forth, back and forth.
Some of these wolves
You
have
start
two-legged
an
feet.
argument.
Dutch all of a
We're
sudden
not
looks offended,
losers, you're losers.
listening in on freaking encrypted channels. But yep. Day 3, Valder tells you that you'll probably reach where the beast is at around mid to late afternoon, or midday to late afternoon, depending on where it is. If it's where he thinks it is, then you'll reach it by midday. If it's moved, then another time.
Oh, we'll see.
I mean, he'll track it down, but he doesn't know exactly where it is because it does move around. So, yeah, you guys continue. And around 11 or so, almost midday, you guys come across a little, like, you kind of moved into more like taller foothills now. So there's of course valleys in between them. And hiking up one of these hills, you come into a valley with a whole bunch of goats, including some of them really big goats. Peeking down into it, you can see a couple of humanoid figures that are just kind of milling about the goats.
What are like when you say really big goats, do they just look like
They're large-sized goats.
bonus go okay. There's no
Yeah, no,
like
there's like a normal size.
electricity arcing through their veins or something like that.
No, they're like normal goats if someone took the resize tool and just resized them up a couple feet.
And when you said milling about the goats don't seem interested at all in the grain.
In the grain?
I get what you mean.
Dab. But yeah, there's a trio of humanoid figures who are just kind of wandering around the group.
Hmm.
I guess within the group. They're not like on the outside edges, they're in the middle. They all seem to be heavily bearded.
Heavily bearded.
Yeah. Like dwarf level of beards, but they do seem like taller.
My God,
Maybe they're
dwarf minotaurs.
dwarf
Is it?
mimicry.
Yeah. As far as like armament and whatnot, because they are, of course, at least appear to be shepherds. They carry these like long, not crooks, but effectively like walking staves that seem to have some sort of piece of leather wrapped at the end. I guess not wrapped around the end, not like a torch, kind of wrapped around like
Like a
about to, like
grip,
the halfway point.
like to make the grip more comfortable, like leather around the staff of it,
Kind
kind
of.
of.
Like you know how a flag, like you could wrap it around the flagpole? Imagine like one wrapping around that. So like a very, very thin flag. It's like a piece of leather type of thing instead. No, it's not
I'm actually,
wrapping as like wrap.
yeah, I'm having trouble picturing it, but I'll take your word for it.
Mhm. I wish I could find a picture of what I'm thinking of because I know it's something that already exists, but
Are these like staff slings?
yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Let me see if I can. It's really not a very good picture of one of these. But yeah, they're basically staff slings. It's a quarter staff with a sling attached to the top is effectively what it is.
Okay, cool.
And these guys have the sling stowed, so it's like kind of wrapped around the end, so that it doesn't get in the way.
Yeah, they seem like shepherdy types.
Yep. So they're just kind of wandering around. They don't seem to have noticed you yet. Yeah. Balder kind of makes a face and seems to just be skirting around the top.
Maybe I could pretend to be one of those goats and sort of wander on in. Eh?
I guess.
Why?
Maybe they know about the Minotaur or something.
Balder just kind of looks at you guys. They do. They live around here. Of course they do.
Well, actually,
They're
why
its
don't we just go up and
friends.
they're its friends? Minotaur eat ghosts by chance?
I don't know. Eat people at the very least. I like that I can actually just use that term because halflings only consider themselves people. They wouldn't call themselves halflings. They'd call themselves people.
I mean,
They're
who
the
wouldn't
only
call
people that are here.
it? True.
They wouldn't call humans people because humans are those weird freaking tall things from the south.
And they wouldn't call Theo's folks
Dwarves
people
or
because they
yeah.
ain't.
Yeah.
because they're all sub people criminals.
Yeah.
Basically minotaurs, but smaller.
Yeah.
With the burrow
The
speed.
wolfmen are fine sometimes. Most fine.
Yeah, sure.
So
Take
yeah,
your word for it.
what are you guys doing with this?
I'm at
I mean,
least
they
down to
haven't
skirt
noticed you
around
yet,
them.
but yeah.
I'm down to avoid them and skirt around them, especially if they're friends with the Minotaur. I don't see why we would.
I'm gonna start looking around for minotaur tracks, or the signs of something big passing through here.
mean, you find a lot of goat tracks. Do you want to roll survival to specifically try and find the Minotaur tracks?
I guess so. Sure. I'll just do a normal roll.
Well, I mean, how are you being cautious? Or are you just looking around the rim, going down into the valley? Like, where are you looking specifically?
I guess I'm not going into the valley yet. Right now, I'm just trying to look around where sort of, I guess, where I'm at, more or less.
Mhm.
I'm not trying to create a social situation.
Well, kind of following Valder around the kind of external rim. You guys, well, you notice that while there are a ton of goat tracks, you do find a pair of tracks, both one leading in, one leading out of this little valley of what looks like it probably is an ox, but an ox with only 2 legs, so probably a minotaur.
Here, what's your name? Balto? We got something. These footprints look like ox footprints, but look at the pattern of prints here. It looks like this is a two-legged sort of ox. That's the kind of thing we're looking for.
Yes, yes, that's the beast. A giant ox.
Does it seem like it was going into or out of the area?
Well, there's a set of prints going in and a set of prints
Oh, and
leaving at the same kind of angle.
I'm gonna guess that I don't have a good sense for which set is more recent.
Yeah, not really.
Well,
I mean, you
definitely
can
would.
guess that the external ones are more recent based on, that if it entered, it probably had to leave, but
Fair enough.
though, to be fair, you could
Unless it
assume that,
resides there, in which case it
yeah,
would have left
yeah, it would
and
be
then come
opposite.
back.
I don't happen to know if it's rained or anything recently. Has it is there anything that would have obscured tracks that would give me a clue into their recency?
Not that you've at least witnessed while you've been here, so not in, the past week.
All right.
I mean, you could ask Gouvet for her opinion if you wanted to, seeing as she's more
Gouvet.
experienced at it.
Yeah, Gouvet's a better tracker for sure.
So I'm supposed to be trying to determine which of these tracks is more recent.
Yeah, and I'm gonna point out what I've seen so far.
Sure, I should be rolling survival, yes?
Yep, with advantage because the tracks are already pointed out. So
Like that?
yeah, like that. The tracks leading out are the more recent pair,
Tracks leading out more recent.
and yeah, you double down on this is only a single individual.
Yep.
All right. So unless it came back by a different patch, probably not here at the moment.
Well, why don't we follow it? Because that way we wouldn't have to handle its friends at the same time, right?
Yeah, makes sense to me. Let's do that. I just get to following.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Hold
the
on,
tracks are fairly easy to follow because it's
And
not rained in a while. The
hey
area
yo,
is very
And it's a minotaur.
yeah, it's heavy. So its tracks leave a very heavy imprint, and it's not bothering to hide it. So
is the flora of this continent familiar to me at all?
Hey, Flora.
the
Is
flora,
What
honestly,
feels
no way.
like
across
your
Methrim
name?
is fairly consistent. You have plants that are different, like of course orange trees, but I mean grass for the most part acts like grass. Like the
What
species might change slightly, but it's all basically the same.
I'm gonna start periodically picking leaves that I don't recognize and trying to smoke them.
Uh, You would, except it seems like every single green leafy thing along this trail has been freaking eaten. Like there's just a path that is just nothing green at all. You can wander off a little bit. Like
Does,
the
does it
trail
seem
is like
like
50 feet wide of just nothing.
goodness? I would guess the goats came this way then. That sounds
I
like
mean,
ghost
it's
It's
also
crazy, but it's actually the Minotaur that's eating all of them.
He's
It's
a
an
hungry
herbivore.
boy. You know how
Herbivore.
much you have
like,
to eat to be a massive ox? You know how much a normal size ox eats?
He actually
Yeah,
only eats
yeah.
goats.
I like the idea of the Minotaur just being an herbivore.
they just walk around all day on hands and knees eating grass.
We go find him, and he's just holding like a bouquet of flowers, just munching on them.
Well, we go back to the dwarves, and they're like eating children or something.
The dwarves are eating
Yeah,
minotaurs.
the Minotaur has actually been blamed for the dwarves just eating all the halfling children that come up here.
Oh, the dwarves farm and eat minotaurs. The top half's the tastiest part.
So,
All
yeah.
the perks of livestock, but the tasty man-meat flesh as well.
And since you guys can follow the path, you reach it like by noon because the path does lead to where Valder was kind of as a secondary guess in his opinion because he was leading you more towards their proving ground rather than to what you find, which is a small cave.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cave mouth. Outside, there are a handful of goats, along with just normal sized goats, none of the big, huge ones, along with none of their tenders. And a couple of small, rather primitive looking, like skinning racks and drying racks, along with an old fire pit that's been thoroughly used but is currently out.
I'm gonna cast. Well, first of all, I'm gonna listen to see if I can hear any Minotaur-related sounds.
All right. Go ahead and roll perception for Minotaur-related sounds. Anyone else can join in if they wish.
I don't think I'm gonna bother with that one.
I'm just going to
Rude,
cast
yo.
perception normally, though.
Cast?
Yes.
That's the perception skill.
It makes the fucking
What is
Naruto
this,
hand
Baldur's
sign
Gate
to
My
his
shit
eyes.
is might as well be fucking casting. Doesn't do dick all half the time.
His eyes
Isn't that
snap.
how it works in
low.
Baldur's Gate 3? Is you like cast skills?
Mm.
I think so. I haven't played
Yeah.
it in a little while, so.
Yeah, it's
I
been a
haven't
while.
either. So. Mostly because I
The
wasn't able
fucking
to play my
Naruto.
damn druid because it kept crashing on me, the damned game. But every single time I started with a druid, the game just went, nope, crashed. So mad.
Rush him.
I was like, I want to play a druid. It's the only class in 5e I haven't played yet. Baldur's Gate 3 said no. Frick off.
Druids are so pog.
Yeah, they're fun. But yeah. Honestly, both of you, even with the 15, Peyton, hear the sounds of snuffling inside the cave. Along with what sounds like I don't even know what the heck that sound would be. Crafting, I guess? Stone against stone?
Mm. Like a scraping sound?
I guess
Grinding?
that's probably right.
Milling?
I'm just trying to think of the sound you would make if you were like bashing a stone against another stone to make something. I guess it would just be banging.
Yeah, banging, really.
Yeah.
If it was like metal, it'd be like clanging, but
Yeah, but it's not metal.
yeah, bang is about as close as you're gonna get.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you hear inside the cave. And
Alright.
Baldur is going to stay out here.
I load my
Yeah.
gun. And I fucking get ready to murder. Let's go.
I cast invisibility on me and you, Gouvet.
Oh, nice.
Bing.
All right, well, I guess now I'm going to try and sneak in.
Like, click.
So
Get the gun ready. And then
Can
all of
I?
a sudden you just look down and notice it's invisible. All right, fine.
Are we
We'll
being
I guess I'll
stealthy?
be the scout, whatever. Fuck.
Are we being sneaky? Because
It would appear so.
I can come in a little
the
after.
voice in the air says.
Yeah, don't worry. You'll have a pretty loud signal.
Alright,
I'm sure you'll catch it.
You want me to wait out here for a bit then, or
Hey, we can bring it out to you.
Yeah, the camp expands away from the cave mouth
Okay.
by like 10 feet. So,
Alright.
how far
wait.
away would you like to wait away from that?
I can wait too, no problem. Mitchell,
I am gonna
Yeah.
go in after you guys after about 5 minutes, okay?
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's gonna take 5 minutes.
I don't need
Can
to
I
know, so I'm
have-
gonna go in after it.
can I have the stats for a brown bear?
Sure, that should be here, no problem.
Thank you.
And import that.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll stealth now. It didn't even need the invisibility. Still appreciate it though.
No problem.
Yeah, you guys almost got the same kind of roll. Theo rolled a 2 and a 19, and Peyton rolled a 2 and a 20. Sad.
Damn.
I was less worried about the roll being the same and the outcome being the same.
All right, there you go. You should be able to see it. And the actors. I should just make a tab,
Yes.
like a thing for PCs. Here, you know, we'll do that. We'll do Dutch animals.
Danimals.
Just stick them in there.
Danimals. All right, name it yogurt after Danimals.
Hmm?
Danimals is a type of to-go yogurt that you buy for kids. Comes in a little plastic tube. Kids can holster their yogurt.
Gogurt.
Yes, Gogurt.
Oh, that's Gogurt. Gogurt's a tube.
Yeah,
Danimals is
Danimals do
also.
have, I think, something like that, but I think almost all yogurts
Daniel's
have
whole
something
thing was
fun.
like you would mix shit into your yogurt. That was their shtick.
Oh.
Huh.
What is it now?
I believe so. That's one that I remember. They had like fucking these like I think it was like animal cracker type things that you would mix into your yogurt. And then Gogurt was the tube. Because you know you can have it on the go. Gogurt.
Yeah, Danimals was like after the time where I stopped eating those. So.
Yeah, I'm fucking lame at this point. The only shit I have is like the normal yogurt. What the fuck's it called?
When you make it to adulthood and you have to just eat yogurt with a spoon.
I yogurt went with a spoon when I wasn't fucking an adult. We didn't get Gogurt.
Yep.
What the fuck is... Whatever.
So, Rawl is also going to wait with you outside Oyeka. Wynn didn't come with you. She stayed at the camp.
Yep.
Just to make sure we're covering all the NPCs and where they're standing.
Checks out.
So, yeah. Is it only the two of you that are going in then? Or are you also going in Dutch? Just in
I'm waiting around for Yeko.
Yeah, I
I'm
believe
waiting.
the plan, as far as I understand, is I sneak in, I attempt to shoot it in the fucking head, and then I run out.
We're waiting.
And it
So
has two choices: either follow or I will continue doing this.
Yes. So I'm waiting with Oyeko for either 5 minutes to pass or a gunshot.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you which one of those is very likely to start this off much faster.
2 gunshots. Ugh. Double
Double
gun.
barrel sniper.
So, yeah. Guve and Mo, I'm not even going to bother. You guys sneak past the freaking goats without issues
Mhm.
and into the cave. Like, the goats don't even look up. They're just continuing to chew on whatever they happen to be chewing on in that moment.
They're just piss chilling.
It's a bit of an aside.
Not very effective guard dogs, turns out. Mostly because they're not dogs, but
Should have had guard balls, dumbass. Should
I
have
have a
played
bit
better.
of an,
What can I say?
of an aside. For those of you with gun knowledge, why aren't more guns double barreled? Is there a reason?
By having a double-barreled gun, you require 2 barrels that are able to sustain the chamber pressure, which adds a significant amount of weight. So
Okay.
it's a lot easier and just generally more efficient. Well, not easier, but it's more efficient to have a repeating system.
Also, when you say
Okay.
more guns, what do you mean? Like,
I mean, you could
are
also
you
just
thinking
use
like
lasers.
double-barreled
they do.
pistols,
Yeah.
or do you just mean like rifle?
I mean, technically, there's the rotating barrel pistol that someone invented
More
at some
flavors
point.
of guns having more barrels. I think it's just there's the double barrel shotgun, right? And then there are the shotguns that have 2 barrels, and then there are some double barrel pistols, right?
They're
There's
double-barreled
actually like
rifles.
there's 6-barreled pistols too.
Yeah, pepper box revolvers.
Yeah.
Though
I
those
mean,
are mostly for off action.
yeah.
As far as I know, there's really only 2 double barrel styles that are in any type of fashion today, which is double barrel shotguns because it's a classic, it's very reliable, it's very cheap, and I don't know how in fashion they are today, but there is a double barrel. Or some double barrel rifles will still be used in hunting in Africa for big game because a lot of them are just so fucking hard to take down that you will possibly need a second shot. So I remember there's like a double barrel bolt action rifle that was kind of a thing for a while.
There was what is that German single use like rocket launcher?
Panzerfaust?
Yeah, there was a multi-barreled version of that that was meant for anti-aircraft,
Oh, the Panzerbusch?
something like that.
I believe it was the Panzerbusch, and it wasn't the same because the Panzerfaust was a recoilless rifle and had a shaped charge. That, I believe, was also technically a recoilless rifle, but it had 6 significantly smaller and high explosive charges.
So it acted more like I guess not more like a flat gun, but
Yeah,
leaning more towards that way than a shaped charge.
I
'Cause you didn't-
believe it was the Panzerbusch.
Yeah.
That could be wrong, though.
Because generally, you don't need to pierce an airplane's armor; you just need to hit it.
Yeah.
Because they're made out of aluminum and not significantly tougher metals. But
I'm sorry, it was the Fliegerfaust. Not the Panzerbusch. The Panzerbusch was a anti-tank rifle. My bad.
So yeah, you guys sneak into the cave. Inside, it is fairly dark, which for you guys doesn't really matter too much. The light only illuminates the doorway for the most part, and like 10 or 20 feet in.
Mm-hmm.
And inside, you can see a single figure standing. Not standing in this case, no, he'd be sitting probably. Lifting its arms and then bringing a rock down onto something on the ground and makes another thunk of the stone connecting with stone.
I'm trying to see what the other thing is.
Yeah. I mean, with dark vision, it's easy enough to tell that it seems to be another rock that is steadily, becoming more axe-shaped, from what you can tell.
Oh, good. That's about what I expected.
You can see a couple of other, like, sticks and some leather sitting nearby,
All right.
along
I'll
with a bunch.
use Hunter Sense on it, despite the fact that I already know that it in fact doesn't have any immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities or any of that shit.
Yep. It's a minotaur.
But as a character, I don't know how will I actually know these things, so it makes more sense to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll Slayer's Prey it.
Yep. It just continues work.
Yep. I don't really have any way to signal that I'm ready to my other invisible compatriot. So I'm just gonna do the one way I know how. And I'm gonna fucking shoot it in the back of the head. I'm going to
I'll be
say
honest.
as far away as possible, as a note. What are you being
I mean,
honest
the
about?
cave is only like, are you standing outside or are you going to?
No, I'm going to stay like inside. I'm just trying to make sure there's a distance between me and them so I can book it more
Mhm.
efficiently.
Yeah, because the cave is only like 30 feet deep at the very, very farthest, and that gets pretty small. So it's
Okay.
only about 20 feet in.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
where are you, Mo, before Gouvet kicks this off?
I was gonna say, so I'll be honest, is I was just gonna wait outside with everyone else.
Yeah, checks out.
Just invisibly standing with the other two.
It makes sense. Mo isn't exactly tanky.
I'm going in with you, I swear. Thumbs up, goes invisible, stays outside.
It
Heck,
doesn't
so-
matter to my plan at all.
Yep.
It literally changes nothing for me.
Did Mo leave? Probably.
I wanna-
They
I wanna
went
steal that
invisible,
idea.
right?
I want to
I
steal
don't
that
hear
idea.
him anymore. Or just standing nearby.
Yeah, just reassuring someone that I'm going in too before I fade away from sight and then just not going in.
Mhm. So, yeah. It sounds like you are the only person that needs to decide what you want to do.
I'm shooting him in the back of the fucking head.
If
You
you're
know,
talking
like a
meme neutral,
big
then
hero.
You'd have to go up right next to him and walk further into the cave to shoot him in the back of the head,
Hmm.
seeing as
front
it's
of the
facing the
head.
entrance.
We'll go for the front of the head then.
I have a hard bargain. Front of the head.
Yeah. I'm a simple man. I'm fine with whatever part of the head.
Hopefully it bounces off.
If it bounces off, no. The more likely thing, in all honesty, is I roll a nat 1 right here somehow, and the fucking gun just clicks and I become uninvisible.
So be him.
That'd be
Very in
fucking
character for this
that'd
rifle.
be typical.
Yeah.
That's
That's
what that'd
true.
be.
If that happens, we won't hear it. So,
It's fine. I've got 2 shots
We'll
though.
hear the extremely loud cursing.
Yeah, you'll hear someone sprinting towards the doorway, yelling every time. All right, gunshot, bang.
Ooh.
The rifle was like, "Fuck you guys."
Yeah, fucking guess. We're gonna use a maneuver. That one being, what do I have? We're gonna do a menacing attack. They're gonna be very scared as I shoot them in the head from nowhere.
Very menacing.
Unfortunately, a shot to the head does not kill it.
I'm not surprised, but I will give him something to think about. So he does have to make a wisdom save, unless he's immune to fear for some reason.
Immune to fear. One of them things Minotaurs are not immune to.
Yeah, he saves,
Mm.
and I'm gonna shoot him again. I believe I still
They
have
are, however,
advantage, right?
quite brave.
I don't remember.
Uh,
It is still the
yeah.
same attack action, so
Mhm. Yeah. You do D and Viz after the first, but yeah, you still
Yeah.
have the advantage on it.
and we'll try and make him afraid again. Fuck you.
Oh, the second shot is not quite so clean, but
Yeah.
still connects. Let's see. Is it more afraid now? I'll be really sad if it fails at this. This will be freaking stupid.
Oh, it does. It gets shot in the head, goes, what the fuck? And then a second shot as the cave just fills with even more smoke, goes, oh!
Yep. Yeah. It is going to flee further into the cave, which isn't very far.
I don't believe it technically has to free. I believe it's just frightened. It can't move closer.
Which means it's trapped because the only way
Yeah.
out is the cave.
Yes, no, this is true.
So
It
yeah,
begins cowering in the corner.
I mean literally yes.
It's fine. It's not the
The-
first time I killed something that was cowering in a corner.
We hear
Won't
the
be the
gunshots,
last.
Yeah.
Be
yeah?
hard
Alright, I'll
not
start
to.
heading in then.
The goats just kind of look up, look vaguely at the cave mouth, and then just kind of stand there.
Yeah, bear mode lumbering in.
Hmm.
I guess I'll walk over.
Yeah, there's definitely a giant man with an ox head and hooves just kind of cowering in the back of the cave. Well, for those of you with dark vision. Those of you without dark vision, it's a dark cave. Spooky.
Spooky dark cave, yes sir.
I actually don't know if brown bears have dark vision.
I'm just checking. Doesn't look like it. I've keen
No, they
smell
don't.
though.
Yeah, you know it's there, but
You can smell his fear.
You can smell fear, it's true.
mhm. Yeah. I mean it bellows something at the front of the cave, but
I can't speak Minotaur.
Neither can I think.
no, you can't.
Unless Minotaurs speak Kainu.
And I
Um,
also agree with barking. It's just not very easy for
Mooing comes more
Fox.
naturally.
was it common or druidic or sylvan?
Nope.
I mean, I will call out in common.
I actually don't think you
You
guys
want to
speak either
surrender?
of the languages that it would have. Oh, actually, I stand corrected.
Wouldn't be surprised if it spoke like giant and
I will try that. I will ask it if it wants to surrender in all the languages I know, which is Common, Elvish, Kainuan.
Well, concerningly for Guve, it does actually say something after it bellows out in a language that she does understand and asks for mercy.
In what language?
In a language only you understand.
Ah,
orc.
I mean, it should be fairly obvious to the rest of the party what that is if they look at your languages, but
I'm no screen cheater.
True.
I'll let you know it's not Goblin.
yeah. It's the one that everything fucking understands. Thank God.
Yeah, it's not Goblin, it's not common. But it does say it in that.
I will be right back.
Mm. So Belzai surrenders.
Yeah.
That's for
It
mercy.
begs for mercy, it doesn't surrender.
It begs for mercy.
Yeah. It's already surrendered.
Was the deal to kill this thing or to get to fuck off?
I mean, Valder seemed to want you to kill it.
Okay. No, that's actually me accepting the surrender. It's strong-willed to just kill something without fucking mercy. So, to mutter something about "God damn it," and then say accept it. God, motherfucker.
Are you speaking in the same language, I'm
Yes.
assuming? All right. Yeah. It just kind of looks up from the back of the cave. You understand me? Why?
Yes. Why do I understand you?
No.
Why did I shoot you?
Yes.
Because we made a deal with the little guys.
There are many little. What kind?
Yeah, it looks kind of similar to I point at Oyeko, like them but shorter, like yay tall.
Yeah. For those of you without dark vision, you can see the flash of this thing's eyes from the back of the cave. Just enough sunlight gets through. So you get this weird kind of reddish Like,
Mm,
like the cat eye effect, where it's like kind of that greenish, but these guys have kind of a yellowish red.
As a note, I will keep my weapon out just in case this guy decides that he thinks he can take me in a close fight.
he can.
Yeah.
If
I
he
mean, it's
gets a little
currently
more,
unarmed, so
yeah,
and it doesn't seem interested in moving any closer to you guys at the moment.
good. I gotta keep close enough to where its morale continues shattered. Gets too far, it's gonna rally and then come after.
Mm.
Something about you killing their people or some shit. It's been a long week.
I only kill those who attack me. They sometimes decide to kill my goats and my neighbors. Nautar are kind. I am not.
What is kind?
Nautar.
Are those the goats?
They are their caretakers.
Mm. Ah, the guys down the valley.
Yes.
Just once, I want to just have someone who I can kill without moral repercussions. That's why I like fighting goblins. Fucking
Unfortunately, they've kind of already dealt with most of the goblin problem up here. Turns out ravenous wolf creatures and halflings that are equally ravenous and have wolves are very effective at cleaning out goblin encampments.
I wonder if we can hire them. Get a nice contract going. All right, let's see if we can get this sorted out. You come here.
Just kind of cautiously walks towards you.
I will also, at this point, switch back to common and tell the rest not to kill him. I'm dealing with the problem.
Alright, sounds good. I'll go outside
Yep.
where I can actually see.
Yeah, and I'm going to lead him out of the cave. Time to broker some peace. Woo, baby! Every other session.
It does come at least to the edge of the cave. It doesn't seem all
That's
that
fine.
excited about being surrounded outside of the cave.
Oi, Valder, come here.
Yep. He rides down and then looks confused.
Good news.
What is good about this news? The beast is
I'm
still alive.
I'm gonna fucking broker some peace.
The hound growls. What peace? Only
Just
peace
stop.
is of the grave.
Just stop killing the fucking goats
What do you mean?
and the
Stop
goat
killing the
kinders.
goats. Who's
I
killing the
should
goats?
I should have incited him at some point. The fucking Minotaur. Shit.
Probably.
You look back into the cave and he
Can
snuck
I?
out.
Can
The
I?
pile of dead goats in the back of the
Can,
cave.
can I look back at the conversation and be like, man, was I just getting played? Am I stupid?
I mean, you can in your head, sure.
Eh. Can I?
I mean,
Be like,
it's kind of hard to like,
Yeah.
posthumously read someone's emotions.
Yeah.
I mean, the Minotaur seems, at least at the moment, still be afraid. So, if you want to
Okay.
roll insight to get more out of it, because the afraid is more, that's the
Yeah.
obvious thing. So,
Yeah, I'll try and see if they're fucking lying to me at this point.
Mhm.
It's like
Keep in mind,
the halflings
will-
are the ones killing, right?
yeah, I will say, by the way, that the insight will be slightly higher due to, of course, Minotaurs being not
Yeah.
having normal facial features. So,
I will be like, hey, these are the guys who are killing the goats, correct?
it nods.
And I will be inciting that specifically.
Mhm.
See if that is actually why this is happening. Come on, give me good insight.
That's pretty
God damn
good.
it.
Yeah, no. This thing's
Fucking.
facial is just too freaking weird.
You know what? I'm just gonna take it on the faith at this point. I don't care anymore. Apparently, the halflings keep killing the goats and also the goat tenders. The Minotaur has taken it upon himself to defend them both.
Alder just kind of looks at the Minotaur and looks at you, kind of scratches his chin.
Defending property isn't a crime. I'm not gonna murder someone for it.
You are from the colonies.
No, I murder people for much better crimes. Like being green. I don't say that.
Oh.
Alder, have
We
you
can't just leave our proving grounds to have more of our kin be killed.
Just have them stop fucking killing the goats.
How do we know that it's us killing the goats and not just wild wolves?
Presumably, he has seen you killing the goats, and that's what got him to kill you, correct? I will be looking at, Big Man.
The Minotaur nods.
I tried to insight, but honestly, at this point, weird face. I'm not going to get anything from that.
Shit, I'm a bear right now. I'm not talking.
Actually, wait a minute.
You're a bear right now. You can
Wait a
still
minute, primeval
insight,
alert.
you just can't
Yeah, you know what?
share what you learn.
I'll try again. I got
Oh,
primeval insight. I can like talk to animals. I'll try and read them as I'm reading a cow, I guess, or some shit.
If
I
you
used to
think
deal
about
with
it,
lying animals. Half of them lie to me.
I mean, if you think
I hate
about
to
it,
tell you,
this,
but cows have this bad habit of not lying because they're literally too
Yeah, they're
stupid
idiots.
to lie.
Yeah. I will attempt to insight again, though.
Mhm.
If this one fails, I'll just take the L.
just tell the children that avoiding the Minotaur is
It's not
also a challenge.
Have a better read after talking between the two for a moment. And the Minotaur does seem to be at least not telling entirely the truth.
So part of
It's
the
not out and out lying, but you definitely feel like he's leaving something out.
I just want one negotiation where both sides are honest with me. That's all I want.
Welcome to talking with other people. They
Yeah.
don't do that.
All right.
Especially if they both want something.
All right. So here's the deal, right? I point towards the fucking Minotaur. Keep defending your fucking shit. Only kill them only defend it if you see them attacking it. Don't get out of your way to attack things that are near it. Don't do any of that shit. Only defend if you see them attacking. You don't fucking attack them. Don't attack the goats. Don't attack the goat herders. Don't attack the fucking Minotaur. And then
my
no one has
provings
to
are a little too glory hungry. Fine. I'll attempt to instill a better idea.
Tell them that
Convince them
killing
not to-
goats secretly is a part of the challenge.
All of a sudden, you guys hear Dutch going, rah, 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 rah.
I can kind of talk with animals. I can understand, like, challenge. Don't know what the fuck the rest of it means, but that's a concept that I could probably get through.
The bear rolls a doobie and repeats himself. Rah, 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 rah.
I don't know. He's saying something about wanting honey or some shit.
Rah, 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 rah.
I think he's saying something about a salmon stream nearby. I don't know. I got nothing.
Minotaur just kind of lets out a snort. And may I go back to what I was creating?
Sure. Sorry about the brain injury.
Oh, heal. And it just kind of throws a glance back at the at Valder, and it's obviously a glance of anger. Valder seems to share the same sort of idea and throws his own angry glance back.
The Minotaur takes 5 steps, dies from a brain contusion. That's a shame. Should have not aimed for the head.
Oh, don't worry. They don't have much of a brain to begin with, so.
True. Very thick skull. That's why I survived the first one.
Yep. So, yeah, it goes back inside, and the hammering recommences. Alder just kind of looks at you guys.
Minotaur problem dealt with.
Not really. You've just pushed the problem further down the road.
I'm not gonna kill someone for defending their shit.
He said this problem would be better negotiated by individual children and this Minotaur. Often.
Yes.
I don't think you know how children tend to do things, especially those that are going along with the proving.
Well, it'll be an important lesson.
You can't have a lesson when you're dead.
Oh no, that's a very important lesson. I know that's the most important one.
Just go, yeah, it is. It's a great lesson.
You can't have an important lesson when you're dead. Oh, it's very important for the rest of them. It's the most important lesson. It's one not easily forgotten.
Well, at least we'll attempt to push them into a different area. Suppose we should at least attempt to parlay with the others as well if they've been killing goats. So I'm sure that conversation is going to be equally poor.
Every conversation is poor at this stage in the campaign. He goes, what? What does that mean?
To help smooth over our poor child idiocy with the Notar.
What's an Altar? That's just a person again.
They're the guys who are herding the goats.
Are the creatures we saw like an hour ago down in the valley?
We're gonna go back and they're gonna be slaughtered by a bunch of children.
Children are badass. What the fuck?
Also from Savage, doesn't sound like they really defend themselves either, so it doesn't sound like it's really great hunting experience.
They fell upon the forest like a brood of locusts.
You must prove yourself by killing this defenseless creature. You did it. Impressive.
Killing
No
is
one
not
has
the
ever
important part. It is the... well, it doesn't matter. Let's go and try and smooth things over with them as well.
Alright.
If you wish to come, you can. Otherwise, I'll push onward, I suppose.
Might as well I came this fucking far.
I really feel like we need to be hurrying along.
I really,
Honestly,
you know,
they waited this long, they can wait 2 more hours.
weren't you guys like saving the world or something?
Allegedly.
I was about to say the same. That's at least what it said on the freaking pamphlet. That we got freaking shoved into our pockets without any freaking ability to say no.
Well, anyway, things eat other things. That's how it goes, you know. I've eaten baby birds right out of the nest.
That seems
But
inefficient.
I was really hungry at the time, so you know, these things happen.
It seems more efficient to wait until the mother comes back and then eat the mother.
Yeah. Baby birds are much too small to provide any real large sources of nutrients for something as large as you. Incredibly inefficient. You're an idiot.
I used to be an optimist.
I don't think anyone's ever thought Dutch has everything all up there.
No, this is
Oh.
true.
It's a little too smoky up there.
Dutch has weed as his entire personality.
Nah, I'm just vibing, man.
You follow Balder back to the valley? Or are you
I
guys
will.
going to push on?
If they would like to continue pushing on, I'm sure I can catch up.
Yeah, I actually would just push on at this point.
Because, I mean, you're already in the general area. You just need to figure out precisely where in the mountains they were saying.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe
just gonna.
shake it out of Mo.
Before leave guy, we'll hit him with a don't get lost.
Dutch is just gonna go with the flow.
I'm
Follow.
following Vay.
Oh,
Yeko gets ditched. Have fun storming the castle. We're gonna go
I was
talk
going
to
to
goat
ask-
people.
I was about to ask why you'd follow me, but then I remembered, oh yeah, you did kind of just like leave Oyeko after Oyeko started murdering Johnny. I was like, yeah, no, okay. you followed me even when you were like, you knew we were going in the exact wrong direction.
It's true.
So, Yeko is wandering off on her own.
Yep.
All right. So while you guys are walking back, Ayako, you actually, after walking a short distance away, like a mile or so, Frog decides to pop out. Takes a big, deep breath of air. Fine.
Hello.
How those stupid dog lovers would never leave. We'd never leave them. You get what I mean.
huh?
What's with them anyway?
They just have a really weird thing with their dogs, I guess.
Mhm.
Like, the big ones?
Yeah, wolves,
No. The other big ones.
orcs.
Partially those, yeah.
Okay.
They're far relatives, I guess.
Of yours?
Not specifically, but of some others near me.
Hmm. And they don't like you?
We just have a agreement to not go near each other.
Ah.
Mostly because their master, father, creator, whatever you want to call it, is she was a little pissy, and then their father was a little pissy. So, in different ways. Let's just say demons and those things don't get along all the time.
I see. That's good to know. If I get invited into any more villages, I won't go in there.
It's all right. You'll be fine. For
Well, yeah,
some of them.
but I told your mother and your grandmother that I would try to keep you out of danger.
Yeah, they won't eat a sword. Probably.
Yes, it probably is what worries me.
I don't know. Orgs are weird. For all
They
I know, they're like goats and they eat everything.
Exactly, so let's just stay away from
Good plan. We are away. That would be a terrifying village.
Fucking halflings open
Can you
wide.
imagine a bunch of freaking kobolds or halfling or goblins or just breed response? Ride them into battle.
That's sick. They look all primitive because they wield like stone and shit, and then they
Yeah.
show up with their new rust monsters, and it all makes sense.
Yeah. How the heck
Oh,
has this
fuck.
one kobold village killed so many adventurers? Like traps and everything? No.
Something far
But
worse.
they wield stone. How do they freaking beat you every time? Let's just say they got good bugs. So, yep. The Echo and Frog continue northward. You guys return back to the little valley. And well, at this point, they seem to be moving on. So they're starting to usher the goats out the other side.
God, literally the funniest possible option would have been if there were just halflings in the middle of killing them right now when we showed up.
Yep. And rather than kind of skirting around carefully, Valder does shout and wave this time. And the shepherds do turn their heads. One of them kind of gives like a half sure wave back. Or like he raises his hand, like waits a few seconds before waving. But they do at least, that one in particular at least pauses, just kind of waving for the other two to keep moving.
And start going to them.
Yeah. And as it breaks away from the herd, as it goes away, you notice that this humanoid is not actually all that humanoid, as it has 4 legs rather than
That's
2.
not that surprising.
Yeah. And now that it's kind of out of the pack, you also notice that it seems to have, and are able to like view it closer. You notice that its head also has a pair of goat horns growing out of it. I'm surprised you didn't notice that ahead, like before, but you guys were skirting around it. So,
Yeah.
trying to avoid contact makes a hard time noticing stuff like that.
You need to invest in pair of binoculars and laser rangefinder. Those are the 2 things I need.
So yeah, it just kind of rides up closer to you guys and nods, kind of planting its staff in the ground for a moment.
Eddie.
And in Dwarvish, it says, "Greetings. What do you need from us here?"
We're more or less just here to tell you that we're going to get the halflings to stop fucking attacking you. Or sorry, not the halflings. These guys to stop attacking you. Do I know their name? I don't think I know their name at this point. I don't remember.
I think Mo at least has said it at some point.
Sure. Well, hasn't he just been calling them man things? Or short man things or whatever the hell?
Yes.
Maybe?
Which is incidentally what I also call the dwarves, so.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm literally just going to say these guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, these things basically look like if you go take a top half of a dwarf, strap it on a big huge goat, give it horns. And so that's what an Altar is. The dwarf goat centaur, effectively. They do have goat eyes, however, rather than normal eyes. Dwarves.
Oh, God, they're abominations. Kill them. I fucking hate goat eyes. These things are the worst. These things are cursed.
It just kind of looks at Valder, who, again, looks a little bit nervous. And says, "I didn't know that our provlings were attempting to feed themselves during their proving. I apologize."
Feeding strictly against the rules.
An Altar just kind of nods. "We have noticed, but not too many. We would prefer them to ask before." "We're willing to share on occasion with your younglings. We prefer to share other things than goods."
Look at that. Now your provlings can get food, and they also get great social practice.
Balder just throws kind of like a half angry glance in your direction.
Well, making allies is important. And that is said with, like, complete sincerity.
Was there something else?
People saw him at the waning point of his career.
Oh, that was about it. Good luck.
The tough part is, does that mean somebody has to be at the peak of their
Just
career?
kind of nods again and
Oh, actually,
rides back
there's-
afterwards.
well,
Hmm?
too late.
I mean, it's not a horse; it's a goat, so
Yeah.
it's not as super fast.
I was just gonna ask them if they knew more about where the Watchers have been appearing.
Hmm.
They seem like the type who might know something.
I mean, they seem to live in this area.
Yeah,
the
hence why they
halflings
seem the
do.
type.
I mean, what are you specifically just asking them what they know about the Watchers, or
Where they've been appearing, mostly. Like if there's a higher concentration of them somewhere.
Hmm. I mean, it doesn't seem to know what a Watcher is, but after description,
Yeah.
it is able to figure out what you're trying to ask about. The creatures of that sort do exist deeper in the mountains. It's why we've pushed further here. They used to be deeper, but they have expanded from their tombs. And just kind of like
Expand from
points out of the
tombs.
valley up deeper into the mountains. Approximately north from where you are, from where you can tell. In the
Can-
same general direction
Yeah.
that the halflings were telling you about, effectively.
Can you give us a rough estimation of distance? We talking like 4 miles? We talking like 50 miles?
From here to the mountains, just to kind of give you a vague idea of how far. Like you guys are still in kind of the foothills, so the mountains
Mhm.
themselves are still probably a good day's travel on, so it's still like quite a ways. About
Right.
like 20 miles, because it's a little it's just tough for traveling through mountains even with you.
Yep.
Or foothills even with you. So you'll reach it probably by like a little after midday tomorrow if you travel
Alright.
from where you are. At least like the vague area of where he tells you. This particular guy seems to expand on it and tell you that there was you probably know them as goblins. Effectively goblin settlement, or orc or whatever. He just calls them goblins. They could be anything amongst
Mhm.
goblinoids.
Anything green, really.
Yeah. That had settlements in the mountains, which is where they used to live before these guys started showing up. As they started showing up like a couple months ago, and so they've kind of moved more into the foothills.
Alright.
So he tells you about a specific one of those where he used to live near, and that seems to be where the highest concentration of these weird eyeball creatures are. And that one
Thank you
is
for the help.
high and deep. So that one's probably depending on the path you take, because of course he can just jump up the mountain, no problem.
Yeah.
But you'll have to climb. So from here, it's probably like 50 miles deeper into the mountainside, but that's including, of course, just being able to leap up mountainsides. So
Yep. That's like as the crow flies. We aren't gonna be able to go as the crow flies.
yeah. So yeah.
I should use my crow to scout.
Yep.
Yeah, that's once we get closer to the mountains though. You can pick out paths.
He's just hanging out on your shoulder.
He's been vibing ever since he learned Johnny died.
Mhm.
Just piss chilling. Alright. Thank him for the help. And inform him that hopefully, if the mountains won't be occupied for much longer.
Mhm. It gives you a rather dubious look, but nods all the same.
I said hopefully.
If they continue to be occupied, you should
Pour
begin
one out for the
preparing
homies.
yeah. prepare for the end of the world. Say goodbye to your loved ones.
Because he's an early black quarterback.
Yeah. Then it rejoins the herd of goats.
And look at that, we got some great information. This is why making allies is important.
Peden, the
Well,
ally maker.
Yeah, it's weird. I enter into a lot of negotiations for someone who has inherent bloodthirst.
Valder thanks you in the most freaking thanks for freaking nothing way that he possibly can before riding back towards his village.
Alright, let's go.
So, you guys catch back up with Oyeko after about a couple hours and travel onward through the foothills for about another couple more before darkness really starts to take hold. You guys are, well, forced to stop if you wish, unless you really want to wander around the mountains with two blind folks.
Not particularly. Funny as it might be.
Sound
Oyeko, watch for that ride! Then Oyeko falls down the mountainside.
Wouldn't be the
Yeah,
first
right.
time.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at falling off of mountains.
Yeah, she'd be fine.
She's working towards an immunity to it.
You have to make small falls before you can make big falls.
Yeah,
Until you become immune to fall damage.
That's the
Unfortunately, Oyeko kind of skipped the small fall portion of that.
just a small fall will allow
It
your
went a little
body
bit
to
too
recognize.
in.
Just a
Oyeko
small fall
skipped
will allow
22 and
your
went
body
straight to 357.
to recognize a bigger fall when it happens and prevent it.
True.
Have you heard of vaccines?
No.
Oh, they're great.
Vaccines for falling damage.
Yeah. Just a little bit of bludgeoning damage at first.
Start taking 10-foot falls, and then just start moving up from there.
Yeah.
So, yep. What are you guys doing for the first night? Are you camping with your usual watch order? Usual
assume
with
so.
the three of you, and then wherever Mo ends up.
Are we reunited?
Yeah,
Gang?
you guys are caught up to each other.
All right, cool. Then why not? Yeah, why not do the normal watch cycles?
Mhm.
I'm third watch, right?
Behold, my perception.
Yeah, because Oyeko's first, Guwei's second, and then you're
Still
third.
consistently rolling a 10 or lower on every roll.
Yeah. That's like one of the things, but... Oh, hopefully you roll well, Lumpy, because Mo is not helping.
Yeah.
Mo is off doing Mo things. There you go.
Not bad, not bad.
Oh. Yeah. It is... Well, actually, let's see. Where do I want that to happen? Let's see it. Which way? Which one? I still have it. Is it gonna roll? No, it doesn't. Okay. Just making sure. This fun fact, Minotaurs apparently standard only know Abyssal for some reason. I don't know why.
Because they're evil demons.
I mean, they are like chaotic evil standard, but I don't know why they know Abyssal. It's kind of weird. So,
Actually, with
Oyeko.
the Lord, they're like
Yeah.
that demon prince or whatever.
Gets his receivers killed. Yeah, you see that one at the end of the game? As soon as he threw the ball, and I
Up
saw
on the hillside, as
as soon as that happened, I was
like kind of as dark as falling, because it's outside, of course, the campfire. You notice a couple of goats are just hanging out on the mountain, doing the mountain goat thing where they're just standing on things that they shouldn't be able to stand on.
Ah,
staring at you.
you fool! This wall is an 89-degree angle, not a 90. Idiot.
Silhouetted by the moon at the pinnacle of the mountain. Goat, glowing red eyes, the whole shebang.
There's only one moon out tonight too.
One goat from every direction. All the moons are up. The council is risen.
A fairly standard moon.
It tiptoes in judgment.
They're just
So.
being goats. I'm not bothered by them.
Yeah, at least it's fairly bright during your watch, as it is only Phalak, and so the silver light of that moon happens to light up the landscape at least a little more.
That's good.
Casting more shadows than just darkness. Otherwise, nothing seems to be attracted to your guys' camp. Did you guys light a fire, by the way? Is that standard procedure?
I
I
don't.
usually, yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I can't see in the dark. I don't rely on the moon. I like to have some light.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
It's fine. The
Because,
fire's
like,
always
I'm a
out
good
by third
watchman
watch.
for the first hour
Yeah.
where there's still light.
It's like the fire's on during the first watch, and then after that, it's just like gone.
Yeah. It's not even that I like kick it or anything. I just let it die without doing anything.
I mean, Dutch is used to going on his own, so he doesn't light a fire, he just sleeps through the night. And hopes.
Mm. So, yeah, but other than that, your watch is quiet. So, yeah, go.
Yep.
Actually, which watch would Rawl be on? Let's just have her roll randomly too. Where is she helping? She's helping on last watch.
Woo. Party watch.
I'm not even gonna bother rolling. You're doing a good enough job.
So,
Rel.
Rel. That's the name, right?
Isn't it second watch?
It is.
Yes.
Oh. I thought I was third.
wakes up and asks the question. Go back to
I
sleep.
thought I was,
Be a
I
sleepy
thought I was
person.
third watch. I don't know, I got confused. Sorry.
Man's just talking in his sleep.
Yeah.
Getting people's names wrong in their sleep.
Walking asleep, there's only one way to fix this. I start smothering him with a pillow.
Rel, your name's like a League of Legends champ. Everyone's like, is he okay?
We should.
Lost concept? Is that you? What's up, man? You can talk to
Hang
me.
on, you rolled really freaking well, so I'm not worried about you noticing things. Notably, that you do see a creature that seems to be crouching on a higher slope. You guys are still, like, you're not quite to the level where you're going to be, like, having to climb. But there are, of course, higher areas of where you are. Kind of taller hills near shorter hills.
It's
And,
fairly bright out, yes?
nearby. Yeah. Not as bright as if there were multiple, bright moons out, but it is fairly bright tonight. So
Yeah.
they just seem to be staring at you from like a couple hundred feet away.
I'm just gonna flip him off. In the dying firelight.
And it does seem like when you flip it off, whatever it was does seem to just kind of flicker and vanish.
That's where it goes. Oh shit, they saw me. Bye.
Like, the usual kind of like video game glitch look where it has like a bunch of random like pixels.
Yeah.
Pickles.
A bunch of random
Random
pickles.
And it
Yeah.
says, "Oh no," but it's bit crushed to fuck.
Yep. Before, it just basically like ceases to exist as far as you can tell. You can't tell if it like teleports, turns invisible, just backs away from the edge.
Hmm.
Regardless, it's no longer staring at you after you seem to notice it.
Oh, that's fine.
This won't be a problem.
I'll just tell Next to watch about it and keep an eye out. But like, what else am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to fucking go into the darkness and go try and hunt it? What is almost certainly a watcher? Hell no, I'm not doing that shit on. I tried that one time and almost died instantly. And then I got cursed.
It was a good night.
To be fair, I believe those were not the same night, but it was a bad week
No,
to be
they
sure.
weren't. That was definitely a different night. So, yeah. But I mean, other than that, and the ever-present wolves howling during your watch, doesn't seem like anything else comes to assault your camp.
And the Bengals could have another shot next year, but this year's
So, now, Dutch, you can have your conversation with the very not talkative Raul.
What up, Raw? How's it hanging?
He just kind of looks at you.
I don't think I know you.
Nothing is hanging.
I was so hoping he'd say that.
Oh. I look up. Does anything look like it's hanging?
I mean, it's like a few vines hanging off of one of the cliff sides.
If you see the face of your dead mother.
I point out the vines. Vines are hanging. I know you very well. What's your story like?
Raul just kind of leans back a little bit. She's still watchful, like kind of leaning, like keeping an eye out, her head on a swivel, but she does at least seem to be talking in your direction. I am a warrior, guardian, champion. Not strong enough, though.
How does Raw look strong?
Yeah, Raul is ripped.
I'll be honest, Raw, you look real strong.
Magic has a bad way of evening that strength. Ow. Knocks him over.
Ah.
It has a bad way of evening that strength. Ow, like that. Fucking magic. That wasn't magic. You just sat down wrong. You pulled a muscle.
Knocked over. Freaking bowling went everywhere. Oh no.
No.
After.
How'd you wind up here?
I owe that one.
Well, Mo purchased me.
Yeah, she doesn't phrase it that way.
Well, saving the world sounds awesome. So it seems like when you were chosen, you were probably chosen because people think you're strong enough, right?
She just kind of looks at Mo.
No, I think it was entirely coincidence.
What?
I do say that from the sidelines.
No such thing as coincidence.
That's a scary thought.
Moon's pull the tides, and you just go with the flow. You know? The moon's grind the coffee, and the mic picks it up. You know?
Mo's
Hmm.
Mo's gonna point at something. Oh,
I follow Mo's finger.
Yeah,
See where
it's
it's pointed.
a nice scrub.
A nice grub.
Yeah, like a scrub bush just growing off the side of the mountain.
Oh, look
About
at that.
60 feet away or so.
That's a neat bush.
Bush.
Yeah.
I will draw my bow.
I just watch curiously.
Yep. I mean, Mo seems very intent on that particular direction. Even if you don't seem to see anything that's over there.
Perhaps you should get ready.
Can I
This
look over and see if there actually is anything over there? Or if Mo's just being weird.
I gotta love that that's an actual freaking viable option.
Yeah, it is.
All
So,
right,
can I
one second.
try?
I gotta.
Nope.
Yeah, you can look, but I'm just gonna scroll something in the background for a minute.
Alright, so. Well, perfectly average.
All right. So, yeah, Guve, you don't seem to see anything that should be getting Mo's hackles up.
Mm.
Like you see a couple of small animals kind of hanging out in that area.
I guess I'll throw out the primeval awareness, see if I can sense anything nearby that should be worried about.
Yeah, nothing. In more interesting news, however, Rawl apparently now sees what Mo is seeing, and Dutch, you see a glowing green, like humanoid creature that seems to be clawing its way slowly across the ground towards you. It's about 40 feet away at the moment. What do
Hey,
you guys
fella. I shout at it. What's up?
And its singular black and white eyeball seems to connect with you.
that sounds like the cue to begin shooting.
Yeah, I mean you can shoot at it.
Yeah, grab gun.
Oh, nope. We don't start out with damage. Start out with attack roll. And then damage. I will also move behind Dutch.
The arrow misses. Not by very much, but it does miss.
I found there, can I see what he's shooting at?
I mean, you see approximately where the arrow strikes, but I mean, it seems to just be empty rock.
Hmm.
Rawl is going to step up near you, Dutch, and pull out her long sword. What are you doing?
I'm turning into a bear, and I'm growling at it.
Mhm.
And I also sort of move to sort of keep myself between Mo and it.
Yep. It seems to creep closer, but doesn't quite enter the camp. It's still about 20 feet out.
Ooh.
I mean, is a shout enough to wake you up, Oyeko?
If he's sounding like he's underwater, probably not.
Alright, here, let me.
I don't know how to do like a yelling Mo voice.
And if you're
Give
just
it a
like
try.
screeching randomly, that would wake me up.
Yeah, you wake up.
Just what you know what? Do I really want to do this by throw right now? No, I don't.
I will look around to see
I'm
see
both
what's
low,
going
so I
on.
can actually scream, but for once I was like, this is gonna be very bad for my throat. I shouldn't do that.
I will look around to see what the problem is. Should I roll perception?
Yes. 1 second, I actually need to check something.
My roll streak continues.
Okay. So yeah. Echo, you roll over, get up, look around at where the rest of the group minus Gouvet seems to be gesturing aggressively, and kind of fading into view as if like you were just opening your eyes. Seems to be a glowing green, like lizard-like creature with a giant eyeball for a head.
No, what the fuck is that? Yeah, I mean, I'll get my sword ready. How far away is it?
At this point, about 20 feet.
Well, seeing as how I have to get up, I can't just move into range and start bonking it.
Mm.
But I will get ready to bonk it.
So yeah.
Am I just fucking blind? What do you?
You don't see the glowing green
The
evil
rest
death?
of the party is like, enemy here! Kukume's like, what the hell are you guys talking about?
I'll look over. It's just empty rock, right?
There's a glowing green lizard with an eyeball.
Yeah. You know actually what lictors look like? Where they're those kind of like slick, like kind of shiny colored things.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like that, but with a giant eyeball instead of the weird brain mouth thing.
More like
And of course, it's more green than red.
Alright, okay, look. I'm gonna swing at it and you just shoot where I'm swinging, alright?
Okay, sure. Why not? Fuck it.
And I will charge it.
All right. I mean, you can reach it, no problem.
Alright. Yeah, I use Fighting Spirit, give myself some temp HP. I didn't see its AC, which means we'll use the turbo attack to try to do more damage.
The AC was high.
Yeah, but I didn't see it because I was asleep.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, no, you entirely whiff.
That was just a groggy swing, though, so we'll try it again with the -5.
As a note, I'm not actually shooting it where they're swinging. I'm just watching in confusion.
Yeah,
Because
you see
I
Oyeko
realized
just make 2 gigantic swipes, like just through empty air. For those of you that can
both,
see it,
they're very widely far apart from each other as well. So like, where am I shooting? Where's
Aim for the middle.
no?
Yeah. For those of you that can see it, like Oyeko just freaking overly guesses where it's supposed to be.
Oyeko swinging with her eyes closed.
That's embarrassing. I'll action surge and try again. But this time we'll do it regular swings. Ah, look at that. Much better.
There you go. That connects.
6.
It does not seem to deal very much damage, though.
Does it make a noise when it like cuts into it?
It doesn't like roar or anything. Actually, let me see.
I just mean like the cutting into the flesh, not the monster itself.
Oh, yeah, it does.
You hear that?
Do I hear anything?
Nope.
Does Oyeko just like clang her fucking sword off the rock and go? You hear that?
Not quite that.
Okay.
Yeah, the creature was kind of like crawling on all fours, but it has stood up to fight you, and that's kind of what allowed you to hit it this third time.
And now that I've hit it once, I'm back to being confident and rolling with the -5.
And you miss. A very near miss, but a miss nonetheless. It's able to just duck underneath the blow.
Okay, that's me.
All right. Dutch and Mo. Because we'll have her turn kind of after you guys decide what you're doing.
Am I within moving range?
Yeah, it's within 20 feet of the camp, so you guys are all within range to move up to it. Before, however, while I'm thinking of it, I probably should have done this before Yeko actually moved. Could the three of you roll perception for me?
Three of us that can see it.
Yeah. Well, Mo is continuing
Hold on.
brilliantly.
Bears have their own.
Yeko's focused.
Oh wait, no, I have my own wisdom score and skills and
Yeah,
stuff.
you use your own perception. You just use the bear's eyes. All right. Well, Mo and Oyeko are focused on the current thing. Dutch looking around as a bear before you go off to charge it. You notice that there are now three more that seem to be attempting to sneak into the camp on the opposite side, and are only about 40 feet out.
Bear noises. Point, point, point.
Yeah, Oyeko thinks.
What does that mean?
Oyeko thinks Dutch isn't all there, and so she's just ignoring it.
So but he did say
Raul
point.
is going to
so,
continue.
like, I'm just kind of looking around, see what the fuck is actually happening. When he
As
points, do
far
I
as
see anything
you
over
can
there?
tell, the rest of your party is on shrooms because you don't see anything.
Oh my fucking god.
All right, well, I turn to face the two that I guess only I notice.
Three. There are three of them.
I thought there were two sneaking up on us. Three total.
No. There are four
So there are
total.
three sneaking-
One that
four.
Oyeko is facing off with, and then the three that are sneaking up.
Oh, there are three sneaking up. I could have sworn I thought you said two.
No,
All
if
right.
I said two, I misspoke.
That's all right. Well, seeing no one else move to intercept, I will turn around and get between them and Mo, and then give him a big growl and try and intimidate him or something. Growl, like that.
I mean, you can roll Intimidate if you really want to roll the die, but I can already tell you it's not going to do anything.
Is there even intimidate these days? Oh,
Yeah.
there is.
It's just never used.
Ah.
Yeah.
And it has
These
the
things are
secondary
not
potential
intimidated.
effect. It has a secondary potential effect of alerting my teammates to what I'm looking at.
Yep. I don't know if Mo is paying attention. Raw at this point at least does seem to notice. But Raw is going to just kind of stick near Mo. Seeing as Oyeko is charged forward and Oyeko is good. They aren't quite close enough for her to get to. So
Oyeko is good, he says, knowing full well that I have 12 AC right now.
look, Raw is confident.
In her
If it's
pajamas.
20 feet away, I'd like to.
As a note, Raw does actually sleep in her armor. She wears leather, so it's pretty easy to sleep in.
Holy
if she was
fool,
on
don't
wolf,
sleep in
too.
your armor.
I would like to switch to my sword and shield and run into a flanking position with Oyeko.
All right. Yep, you can definitely get there. Yeah.
And then we'll just actually skip the sword. No, we'll oops. We'll stick with the sword and stab it.
All right. Stabbing with a rapier. Remember the +2. No Oyeko from now on, unless it moves.
Hog. That means I can roll with a -5 every time.
Yep, that does connect.
And do I get sneak attack damage?
You do, yeah. All right. Yeah, that seems to leave at least a little bit of a better mark. A little. But of course, these things, like the other Watchers, seem to be resistant to your stabby.
It was still resistant to mine, by the way, Mitchell?
No, you just didn't deal very much damage.
Okay. Yeah.
You just didn't deal a very strong blow. Your sword did cut through it perfectly fine. It is going to go ahead and respond.
Alright,
And it's gonna
does this-
swing a claw at you guys.
I did have that. Okay, I forgot that I swapped out my fighting style from protection to great weapon fighting. Whoops,
Yeah.
I'll remember that in the future. I'm not gonna reroll now or anything.
I
Yeah.
have a question.
Mhm.
Do I remember if my psychic blade thing actually hurt these things?
I believe you remember that they were at least resistant to it. Oh, I can check actually, I think. You at least remember one of the watchers you fought was resistant to it.
Okay.
Oh
So,
no, the first one was fine against it. The second was resistance. That means the third one's immune. No.
it's actually the first one that was resistant to it.
Oh, that means this one's vulnerable.
So yeah, it's
Fuck.
gonna go ahead and swing a claw each. Freaking horribly miss on you, Oyeko, and your AC is very low, isn't it, Mo?
Mine right now is 12.
Yeah,
Mine
it's
right
still
now is 17.
yeah, no, it doesn't connect.
Thank God.
So yeah, it just kind of
right now I'm wielding the shield, which is not.
yeah, it's giving you a buff. And the other three are going to close to 20 feet, but otherwise not engage further for you, Dutch. You're holding them off. Good job.
Yay.
What's fucked up is these people came here to make a trade deal. We just ran up and killed them.
Worst trade deal in the history of trade deals, maybe ever.
Holy shit.
So yeah. What are you guys doing? What are you doing, Gervais?
Are we in like initiative order, or are we just kind of
I'm just
ripping
going back and forth. You guys can
Yeah,
go
I
in
think this is
whichever
just
order.
vibing, kind of.
Yeah. There is good reason for why this is just vibing. But at the moment,
I'm
this still
gonna
works. I'm
try
not
to
gonna bother.
beat the shit out of it.
All right.
And I'm still flanking, yes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it hasn't bothered moving.
Okay, in that case, I'm doing a situational bonus of -3. Whiff. In this
Yep.
case, I'm doing a situational bonus of +2. I'm assuming
So
that
that
hits.
connects.
I hope that hits.
Mhm.
Ooh, and we don't.
There you go. That's a better strike. And the creature seems to actually take some like that. That's a strong hit. It is very hurt at this point.
Good, good. I don't have an action surge or anything like that, so
Mm-hmm.
that is me.
All right. What are you doing, Dutch, before Raw goes?
I'm gonna keep growling at them, and I'm gonna hold an action if any of them close the distance to start raging.
All right.
An unusual old.
Yeah.
Is it?
I mean, you can hold an action to like attack them instead, but
Well, I can only. I mean, if I start raging and then they don't close the distance, then I haven't attacked. So I stop raging. So then I become exhausted, so I can't rage. So I need them to. I need to rage and then attack, right?
yeah, I get the
I
I
always
get the
forget
thought part.
that rage is kind of weird like that.
Yeah. Especially Lumpy's version of rage.
Flame.
Yeah. So, Raw is going to move up and ready her own action to attack when they close with you. And when they go, that's in fact exactly what they're going to do. So you can go ahead and take a rage. Raw's going to go ahead and swing with her blade against the closest one. Sword. Wow, friggin' heck.
There's been some pretty good rolls here.
Yeah.
Some bad
And
ones
a
too.
minimum damage. So yeah, she pings off of one of them basically, but it does at least leave a small chunk. You're raging, and they're gonna go ahead and start swinging as well. It's gonna continue throwing claws at you guys. One for Oyeko, one for Mo. Oyeko, that does actually connect with you. And Mo is once again going to get exactly enough to miss again. It just rolled a 10. These things. Yeah. So Oyeko, you take 7.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Do I see Oyeko like actually getting hurt? Or is
You
this still
see
just like
Oyeko
whatever the fuck?
react to getting hurt, but you don't see any blood.
Are you guys fighting illusions right now?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. Oyeko's just like, yeah, probably. I don't know.
I'm gonna look around and see if I can see like any where there might be a source of the illusion coming from, or anything like that.
All right. Go ahead and roll. I guess perception. Investigate doesn't make sense.
Sure.
Well, I mean, the obvious one is the moon, as it is the illusionary moon. But you do notice that there is another glimmer up where you saw that person kind of pixelate before.
How far away?
A couple 100 feet. So you can more than easily make the shot without disadvantage.
I only got 150 feet before
Okay.
I get disadvantage.
So no, in fact, you do
Yes.
get disadvantage.
Just wait.
I
feel like
was
the-
about to say that you get disadvantage anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll fucking take a shot at him. Fuck it.
All right.
What do I have to lose? A bullet?
Well, that will be next turn because the other
Yeah.
illusions do need to still attack first. So there was going to be 4 against you, Lumpy, and then 2 against Rawl. Yeah, we'll just do that. 1, 2. What is Brown Bear? AC is, I think.
11.
Yeah, I figured his AC is very low. So both of those are going to connect, and both of those are going to connect. Brown Bear, well, you are raging.
Actually, hold on. My armor class is 13 because I have unarmored defense because I'm a barbarian.
Oh. So then,
They probably do still all hit anyway. But...
not quite. No, only 2 of them do.
Oh, hell yeah. Question. What damage type is this?
Damage type you are not resistant to.
Alright.
I believe the damage type in this
all
case
of
is
that.
psychic.
26?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just rolled all 3 attacks damage in the same. Just
Cool.
saved myself freaking having to roll the same thing 3 times.
Bear has 8 left in the tank.
I guess Raw. Frickin' heck, then rolling on fire for Raw. Ow! Frickin' what? That was a good roll.
Goddamn.
Yeah, Raw does not have that many hit points. Why is it sure hit point value is not part of the token though? Oh, because it's just not part of the token. There we go. So I don't have to do the math if I just do it near the token. All right. And now it's back to you guys. So you guys make that pot shot.
Yeah. So, give me a gun, and I'll fucking miss with it.
First shot goes wide.
I have 2.
Not too low. The second one is on target.
Nice.
You nail the weird, like, pixelation thing. The glimmer in the air.
Great damage.
Apparently, it doesn't matter too much as all of a sudden all of the green glowy things go poof.
Yeah, damage wasn't the point here.
Yeah.
Sending a
Along
message
with, of course,
direct delivery.
yeah, the glimmer after you seem to like shoot the second time does vanish as well.
Would you look at that? I killed them all with one shot. And I go back to where I was probably reading before this happened and pick up the book and sit down.
Whoa.
And for you four, including Raw and the Count, but technically just the three of you player wise. Yeah, no, they just poof as if they never existed.
Hmm.
Like it's not even invisibility or teleport. They just cease existence all of a sudden. Like you know that the meme where the thing like screams and then they just go "Beep," and then just stop.
No.
Yeah, it's like that, as if someone just freaking ripped them out. I just hit the delete button. However, the wounds that were, you know, physical wounds that you could feel is apparently not so real. The brain wounds are definitely a little more, though.
I'll do his
Sounds
illusions.
pleasant. Like I said, I didn't know.
Hmm.
Well, I'm going back to bed. Good night.
Yep.
Good night.
And that's where I think to myself, maybe I shouldn't have flipped him off.
Oh, you know what? Exhaustion for a frenzy barbarian is a little bit different, I think. I don't get turns of exhaustion wherein I can't re-enter rage. I just get a level of exhaustion when I'm done raging.
I think it only lasts for like a small time or something like that. I don't remember how long it worked, like how long it is. I know frenzy is weird.
So I give you guys two big bear thumbs up as I stop raging, and then I immediately fall asleep.
Aguve and Mo, you just see Raw like consider kicking Dutch back awake, and then apparently decide not to and just go back to her post.
Well, hold on. One thing is, since this is mid long rest, I don't even have a chance to get rid of this level of exhaustion until tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, this long rest has been disrupted.
Sick. All right, exhaustion level
So,
1.
with the exception of Guve, yeah, you guys have not had a long rest with me.
I'm doing great.
Well, this is during third watch, which is the
Yeah,
so
so
that would be a long rest for me at least.
yeah, Mo is fine. So yeah, it's just Oyeko and Raw and Dutch. No, Dutch would have slept the first.
Yeah,
Two
Dutch has
watches.
already had his long rest.
Yeah,
Raw would have.
Yeah, so would roll.
Yeah,
It's
still
actually
didn't finish
Would
mine.
have
you
been
recovered, but all
covering
your
mental,
resources.
Yeah.
Whatever, yeah, you would have recovered already, but whatever resources you've used for this battle is used for the day.
With the exception
Unless
of
you
me,
decide to
right?
just hang. Yeah. Because
Odd.
unfortunately you had first watch, and it hasn't quite finished out yet. Guve is a dirty elf who can just sleep for 4 hours.
Easy game. I get sleep for 4 hours, and the second half of my long rest is my watch. Too easy.
So, yep. The morning sun comes up without any additional weird green creatures. I guess just make one, and we'll just say that's for the day. One perception roll from each of you.
Okie doke. One for the day. That means we're bound to roll good, right, boys?
That means I'm fucked.
Another 10.
great.
You really can't beat consistency.
What is your passive, by the way, Jake? Is it
15.
16?
No,
it
it's
is
15.
15.
Yeah, I just roll a 15 every fucking time because I only roll 10s.
Like, I'm just gonna use my passive, okay, guys? Rolls 10. See, I told you.
How does he do it every time? You hold up his d20s, all 10s. What the
It's so
fuck?
it's so funny though, because like I'll roll like a 10 or lower or a nat 20. There's no in between. There's no 11 through 19. Those don't exist on my perception check.
That'd actually be a good passive perception die if someone really wanted to like waste the plastic. Here, I'll get my passive
Yeah.
perception die. Hey, look, I rolled a 10. The hell?
Yo, we're gonna be rich. We should make those. People will buy them.
They probably will, just for the freaking meme. But
Yeah, just to whip it out and roll it and watch the table die laughing.
I mean, there are people that buy freaking like super heavy metal dice that literally can put dents in tables. So
God love them.
I sell metal dice. I also sell tables. Why? You'll see. Fucking
wait,
weird.
you sell metal dice and table repairs? Yeah. That seems like an odd freaking pair. Not really. So, all of you but Mo, which is kind of seems like the standard a lot of times. Poor Mo.
Yep. Not even kind of, it just is.
uh, notice throughout the trip onward into the mountains, more glimmering green peoples just kind of hanging out on the cliff faces, staring down at you. Only usually in groups of like one or two, but and when they're noticed, they seem to just kind of clamber back out of sight. But it does seem like you're getting closer to whatever the heck this is.
Good. I'm so glad.
Saying as the most watchers you've ever seen in one place is one.
Yeah. Well, unless you count when that one turned into a bunch of little ones.
I count it.
The hands.
Yeah. There were a lot of hands, to be fair.
Yeah. They didn't have any eyes, they were just hands. But, yeah. However, over the course of the day, none of them seem to actually bunk up the courage to assault you.
I guess now's the point where I get out the bird. Somebody like, hey, time to fucking pull your weight, bud.
Yep. It looks at you rather dubiously after you've spotted, like, the probably 6th or 7th group of those things.
Yeah, we don't know if they have range attacks yet. Calm down. There's no indications they do.
You can just see the freaking bird, like, they don't have eyebrows, but you can see the raised eyebrow
Yeah.
of, yet?
Yeah. I'm not going to say they don't. I don't know yet. I'm just going to assume that they don't and regret it later. Come on. We've been through this before. Don't act like you don't know this is the, like, modus operandi. Come on.
You then, of course, get the you'll regret it later, eh?
Yeah, we'll all regret it. Well, you think they're going to kill me and you're just going to be able to get out of the cage? I mean, you probably will, but... do you know how to survive in this fucking hellscape?
Yep.
I don't know if you noticed, I haven't seen that many ravens flying around recently.
A flock of ravens flies overhead.
That'd be fucking iconic.
Yeah, I got the Vanguard's
He
quote.
just raises a wing and points. But, yeah. They leave. I'm trying to remember freaking what the name of this bird is. It's been
Heath.
so long. Heath.
Yeah.
He's just hanging on your shoulder so long. But
So like I said, put back the cage. There's no way I have a cage for this fucking thing. If I did, that thing's like long since been destroyed somewhere in our fights.
so yeah, Heath flies off in the general direction that you were, well, that you guys are traveling.
Yep.
Heath does not return before nightfall.
That's
In
fine.
fact, doesn't seem to return, at least by your watch.
He's off scouting. He's doing shit. He'll be back.
Yep. However, to kind of roll back to first watch,
First watch, first watch. All right, guys.
The Mo's
All right.
joining in on.
All right. Oh my god! Oh my
You got
god!
11.
my god!
Holy
And
shit!
Mo got a
So-
good roll.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh my god, we're moving up in the world. I can't believe it.
Passive dice snapped open.
They stole my luck.
Mo is like, here, I need to roll well here. Who can I take it from? Yeah, second watch.
Mo, Mo fishes around in her backpack and feels a pair of glasses, puts them on, and it's like, oh my god, this whole time. And then promptly forgets about them in the morning.
That'd be fucking iconic.
My God, I can see. She holds
That's
her hands up.
Mo's had the wrong contacts in the whole time.
She just hasn't taken them out, and it's been years.
Wait, it wasn't
I
cataracts this whole time. It was just bad contacts. Damn.
put them in to see better. Why would I take
Those
them out?
eyes are just all milky, and then they take out the contacts. Oh man, those are dirty.
Yeah, you pull out the contacts, and under the contacts are her actual eyes.
Or another
Been-
pair of contacts that proceed to get dirty over the course of the day.
Just levels of contacts.
A shark's teeth, always getting replaced with new ones.
So, yeah. It's a good thing you rolled a little better, Yakko. As
Mo, on the
during
other hand,
your
is
watch, I mean, Mo too, but if Yakko sees it, you can see it.
Oh, 3.
Oh, good. Had one watch. That's where the thing's happening. Yeah. Yakko and Mo up on, well, in this case, not actually up on the hillside because you guys are up on hillside at this point. But further along the path, you see a small group of goblins. Small group in goblin terms, meaning like 20 goblins.
Mhm.
Of course, small group of humans like 5, but goblins never come in like small groups.
Mhm.
And these are
As far as you can tell from a distance, normal goblins. It's still light out.
Are they
so.
they're are like this land's goblins, not
They're this
not
land's
the other
goblins.
goblins.
Which means I'm trying to remember if I put the new picture of the Northern Continent Goblin on here. I don't think I did. They look like Pathfinder goblins, effectively. I think anyway. Yeah, I forgot to put it up here. Yeah. They're the green goblins with like kind of red eyes and humongous freaking mouths. If you've ever seen the picture of a friggin' Pathfinder goblin.
Fucking hate Pathfinder goblins.
Yeah, they
The
look like
worst of them.
those.
Goblin.
Yeah, if you look it up, like
Images.
should be pretty easy.
Okay.
Pathfinder one.
Gremlin goblins.
Yes. Can you see why everyone wanted to freaking exterminate them as fast as possible up here? But yeah, they're just kind of marching along the little path you guys are traveling on. Unless you guys are just traveling straight up and down mountains, which seems inefficient.
As the crow flies, straight.
I mean, I'm not gonna bother him.
Shortest
It's
distance.
mostly that they seem to be marching along the same path, aka headed towards your camp currently. They're still a ways off, but
What are we looking at numbers wise?
20. At least at this distance, that's how many you can count. They're strangely actually like marching along the path. It's only really wide enough for like 3 of them, so it's not a very good march, but actually there really should be 21 if they're
fires
3 wide.
for Oyeko anyway, so it's not like they haven't seen that we're coming or that we're there.
I mean, the sun's still out at this point. This is very, very early in your watch.
Oh, okay.
This is why you can see them, because they're not anywhere near enough for dark vision range. Like, these guys are like longbow range at the moment. Still like 400 feet out.
This is a concerning number.
Well, you can wake people up. I'm not really that worried.
You're not worried, then I won't be worried.
Good.
How much cover is there in the area?
On the path, not very. If you like kind of crawl up the hillside, you can get some. Or of course, crawl down the hillside, you can get some.
I would like to do that.
All right. Which way are you going, up or down?
Up. Actually, I would like to nudge away.
Because you guys are kind of at the moment in like kind of a. There's like a path leading around the mountain that you're currently trying to get around. I'm just going over. And on both sides of the path, there's that kind of like gravel. Along with, of course, the larger rocks. Basically in a zone where you probably really shouldn't stop in case there's freaking a landslide, because everything in this area will be taken away.
I will actually nudge awake Ral
All right.
and point out that there are goblins incoming.
Mhm. Yeah.
And then I will go up and attempt to take cover.
Yep. Ral smiles, pulls her blade out, and then just kind of hangs out near Oyeko. Quietly sharpening it.
I don't even have my sword out. Just vibing.
Yep. Yeah. Ral just kind of has this, like... Well, Mo, you recognize it as a smile, but, like, her jowls are up and everything.
And I would wake Vey, but I'd be concerned that this would automatically determine the outcome of this encounter.
Wait, Goblin 534.
Alright, fine, I'll wake Vey and Dutch up.
No, I mean, if you don't want to wake me, you don't have to wake me.
I mean,
I'm
if I
just
see
here to
Mo
defend myself.
If I see
They
Mo
just,
moving
like,
away,
here.
right,
Just
I'll just be like,
sleep
"Oh, wait a
thoughts.
second, Mo."
I'll stop and then just go up the hill and hide.
Yep. Yeah, you're able to find the boulder you can hide behind, no problem. They just keep marching up. I mean, they seem to be like in order, although their gear is at least at a distance. Shoddy is giving it credit. Like, these are like primitive, like stone spears and like loincloths at the best. Some of them don't even have any clothes at all. Armor, they don't have that at all. At least the leader seems to have a well, at least for a goblin, a big stone axe. It's really just a hand axe, basically. But it's big in comparison to the spear tips. Yep. At around 200 feet, they actually seem to notice that you guys are there, and seem to slow even more. They're actually kind of moving into combat status in a way. A couple of them start crawling up the hill, a couple of them down the hill.
Mhm.
But the leader and a group of 6 of them are going to keep pushing onward, while the rest of them, like, try and surround your camp from the looks of things. They're at least fanning out up and down the hill, but the fans are moving kind of slow. Seeing
I'll
as they have
start
to
walking
clamber
towards
along.
them,
Mhm.
towards what looks like the leader at least.
Yeah, the light is at this point like really dying, so
He'll just be like,
Dying Light
hey.
just came out today, I think. Dying Light 2.
I will just wave towards Lear and go, hello.
What moons are out coming out today? One. It can't be the same moon thing.
Yep, Dying Light 2 came out today.
Wait, what?
Neat.
Weirdly, if I Google Dying Light 2 release date, it says February 4th.
Maybe it's out somewhere. It's already February 4th somewhere.
No.
Time zones? What are those?
It's today, Mitchell, you idiot.
Do I get any response from Mr. Gobbo, by the way?
What are you saying it in just common or?
Yep.
Does the middle finger count as a response?
Goblins don't have a middle one. They've only got 4 fingers, Theo.
They have to just raise up their 2 middle fingers.
They're British.
They're twice as powerful.
Yeah, the goblin leader, you guess, just kind of raises his hand to the ones behind him. They'll just kind of like shuffle to a stop. All just kind of holding their spears up threateningly. Lee just takes a like 1 step away from them. And do you speak goblin too? Do you not?
Nope.
I'm trying to remember. No, it was a different character.
Johnny spoke Goblin.
Yeah. But yeah, it barks something in goblin at you.
I frown. I don't speak Goblin. Which I'll then repeat in Elvish and Cunning Yuan.
Yep. The leader just kind of continues looking angry at you, and probably a little confused. One of the other goblins nearby seems to like perk up. His ears been perking up a little bit when you say it in Cayenne. He just kind of points at you, points at him, like pokes the leader, then points at you again. Leader goes, nods, takes a step back, and shoves him a few steps forward.
I will say hello in Cunning Yuan.
And in about the worst freaking version of that you've ever heard, the goblin responds with, hello, I am Goblin.
I can see that. What are you guys looking for here?
Kind of tries to parse out what you're saying. And just kind of nods after a moment, looks back at the leader. The leader just kind of makes a, get on with it motion. We are home. Going, yes.
Oh, you're just going back to your homes.
It just shakes its head. And then nods. And then looks confused. No, yes. New dig burrow home, yes.
New home.
Yes, new home.
Okay. New home, no problem with us.
Problem, no.
No problem. We
Down?
know problem.
Weapon, no problem, no problem.
We know problem you either.
Just kind of points kind of down the mountain. Us down.
And I'll point in the
You?
direction we're going, which is still further up, right?
Yeah.
Us up.
Just kind of nods excitedly. Then points down, points back at the leader, points back at you. They get into a short conversation between the leader and the small band of guards, you guess. And then the goblin is once again shoved back out of the group. to continue negotiations.
I like this guy.
He just kind of looks at you, seems to think for a moment, searching for the word, you assume. As, dig, home? Just, like, tries to point down, and then point at you.
You dig home down there?
He nods,
I'll
and
just
then
nod
kind of
back.
points at you again, and then points down.
No, us need to go up.
He just kind of looks frustrated. Us, down. You. Away. Away.
Yeah,
He looks excited.
yeah, us away. You down.
Us away. You. He seems to
I-
point at the camp and then point down. And then point at his group.
You want our camp to go down?
He just looks terrified for a moment and shakes his head.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Go
Our-
down. I want to throw down. I want to throw down.
Alright. Our camp go up. Our camp go away.
He just looks at you and then nods. Us way down.
Yes.
He just kind of looks at you expectantly.
I'm confused. Should I wake up the person that speaks Goblin?
This goblin does not seem to know very much of this language.
That's alright.
He knows
You're
approximately
literally,
4
like,
words.
teaching it
Us,
as it's
away,
going?
down, and go.
Yeah, you seem to actually be adding to its vocabulary while talking with it.
And there's no way it has that vocabulary correct.
No.
Okay, me wake Goblin speak Elf.
It doesn't seem to understand.
None of those words were us down.
I'll hold up one finger and just go, wait 1 second. Yes?
It does seem to at least understand one enough.
It hears one and then looks at the sky in confusion.
I will
Put up a-
I will go wake up Guve at this point because I'm getting nowhere with this guy.
Alright,
Okay.
you walk back to camp. The goblins kind of regroup into their little palisade of spears.
Yep.
There's a small group of goblins. They don't seem hostile. I was talking to one in Kainan, but he's really bad at the language, so I was hoping you could help.
The goblins on the flanks are continuing to slowly make their way across.
They're
I,
not, they're not threatening.
I will stand up, stretch, grab my gun, and then head out of the tent.
Put the gun down.
No.
You don't need the gun. Look, trust me, Guve.
I will not leave a way to defend myself in my tent. Fuck
You
yourself.
can have my bow.
No. I'm taking my gun.
At least don't take it out when you're talking to them.
I'm not gonna be pointing it at them.
I know you are.
Plus, these are guns from up here. Like, what are the chances they even know what a gun is?
That's true, actually. The bow is probably way more threatening.
I'm going to exit my tent.
I will walk back to where I was talking to them.
Once they see you like walking up, they again shove the one that knows like 6 or 7 words in the dog's tongue back in front.
Is this the one who you've been trying to communicate with?
Yeah, he speaks kind of Inuit.
What do you want? I will ask that in Goblin.
Yeah. The leader's ears seem to perk up, and he just steps forward, yanking the one that they'd shoved forward, like, back into the group. He just sprawls on the ground. And in much easier communications, the goblin basically tells you that he's trying to get down, because they're, well, running away. And if they can get by without trouble.
Yeah, you guys can get by without trouble. Don't pull anything, we won't pull anything. It's that simple.
Yeah, he just kind of gestures at one of the goblins that's like attempting to clamber around on the gravel, and you just see it freaking wipe out, get scraped up.
I will snicker at that, but I won't actually say anything.
Yeah, so they regroup in their march.
I will
After
ask
taking, like, a
what
few
they're
minutes.
running away from, assuming I already know what the answer is. Which, let me guess, it's going to be the Watchers. They won't call them the Watchers, but they will give a description that is fitting enough.
Beasts.
Surprisingly, no. They tell
Really?
you that there are insane, at least their word, insane goblins who are attacking them.
Moon touched?
They don't think so. They know what moon touched is, and they do kind of glow with the right color, but they don't seem to be moon touched, at least not by what they can reckon. Like, they aren't touched by the moon is the main problem.
It's like the Monopoly man, but behind the monocle is the Watcher's eye.
Yeah.
And
These
he's
guys
just
apparently
not
used to live down in the caves, and all of a sudden part of their clan just kind of started to go insane and attack other clan, and so they decided to leave. So they act and seem to have similar powers to Moon Touched, but they don't.
They
like,
haven't actually been touched by the moon, which is why it's odd.
Yeah,
Okay.
they live underground. They know what the Moon Touched is, but they haven't been outside to be touched. So yeah, it's confusing.
That sounds... It isn't exactly the same as the goblin situation back in the colony, but it sounds somewhat similar in that a bunch of moon-touched goblins are appearing, and they're crazy. It's just these ones haven't actually been touched by the moon, per se. Alright. Well, a motion for them to head on through.
Yep.
Don't touch anything.
He's promises and as close to Goblin as you can get to I
Yeah.
will not touch anything, because Goblin is not good for that.
Yeah, no, every promise is also like a probably. I mean, probably.
Yeah,
Swearsies.
the closest word for promise is probably I won't.
I will go stand near my shit, specifically.
Yeah, but the goblins, even the ones that seem to be more filled with avarice, apparently the survival instinct's a little stronger today. So after gathering up, they do march through your guys' camp without issue and continue down the road.
Great. Okay,
Man, imagine how it went if we had Johnny here.
I think you would have needed to push Johnny down the mountain to get out of that encounter.
No, that's not
You
true. We
needed
could have
to
killed the
not wake
goblins.
him
That
up.
would have been far more enjoyable.
Every day I get more and more grateful that I convinced that pirate to kill him.
You know, I'm not entirely sure that aligns with your moral code, but it works well enough for mine, so... Shrug.
I tried to kill him myself.
No, that's true. And then you started traveling with him again, I guess.
Well, I had to go north, and he was just also going north like a lost puppy.
I don't think it'd be apt to describe Johnny as anything relating to a puppy.
A lost, evil puppy that likes blood.
Puppies aren't evil. Not inherently, at least.
What's the most malevolent animal? Like a lost goat?
Like a honey badger. Honey badgers are like bastards.
Ooh, like a lost goose.
Dolphins are absolute bastards. Dolphins are like really fucked up.
He's like a racist dolphin.
Yeah, he's like a racist, slightly less evil dolphin.
Alright. Glad we sorted that out. You can get back to sleeping.
I guess once the goblins are gone, I'll come back down from my rock.
Man, kind of wish that I was able to see you try and talk with that one who couldn't. Would have been so amusing. And with that, we'll go back in my tent.
It knew like 6 words. Wasn't my fault.
You have someone who speaks goblin. Fucking idiot.
Well, that...
How long did that conversation go before you woke me up?
Well, only a few minutes.
Alright.
It wasn't too bad.
I like how you had a freaking solution and just decided, frickin', I'm gonna try and play sign language with the goblin that barely knows how. That worked out pretty well. You almost made it.
Gube was bitching about having to broker peace all the time, so I thought I'd give him a break.
Honestly, that wasn't even gooey. That was just me as a person where I'm like, damn, I really do broker peace a fuck ton for some reason. Despite constantly wanting to get into fights.
So, yeah. The rest of the watches pass uneventfully.
That's good.
Yeah, no more goblin, running away, and no more watchers.
Poplin's actually on third watch, start coming back up. Nope, turns out it's way scarier down there. We're
Can
coming
we stay
back.
with
Yeah, we
you?
chased away
Please.
by a minotaur and a bunch of halflings and wolves.
No, that'd just be funny. I wouldn't broker peace between them, though.
We broke our
So-
war.
You don't need that. That's already going on.
Yeah. We're about to turn this Cold War hot, baby! It is
So-
not a Cold War.
You guys push on. And today you get a surprise, Guve. Because not only do you sense goblins, you kind of are walking along the trail and you sense, a small group, 20, 30. And then all of a sudden your freaking sense just goes, hey boss, there's a lot of fucking goblins in this area. It's a difference of 3 or 4 steps that it goes from 30 to 40 to thousands all of a sudden.
It would literally just be dead stop, take 2 steps back, and then a step forward, and just keep doing that. Be basically whatever my parents' equivalent of turning it on and off again is. Moving around at weird angles. Should be oh no, this is actually just happening, I guess.
Knock the side of your head as if you're trying to get water out of your ear.
How are there 200 in this 4-foot area? What?
Yeah, how's it that I move forward approximately 5 feet and sense an extra couple thousand?
Maybe they've been
stacked up in this perfect semicircle orb way, so that within your sphere they just all come in range.
and sort of goblin tessellation going on.
Yep.
Well, that's why you would do it at slightly different angles. So in theory, you'd be hitting it differently, so you wouldn't be getting the whole fucking brunt of it.
Yeah.
But not just every time.
Well, they're moving with you.
Ah, true. Is
They
Funny
know
Bird
that you can
back?
sense them. Yeah, basically, there are goblins absolutely freaking everywhere in front of you.
So, I know you're not going to like the sound of this, especially with who it's coming from, but I have a feeling we're going to be needing to kill a lot of goblins in the coming days.
Why?
Well, they said that there were a bunch of moon touched ones appearing that were crazy, without being touched by the moon, and I sense a lot of goblins.
I acknowledge that there's a chance we're going to have to kill a bunch.
How do I know what the chance?
Can we try to be peaceful first?
Sure,
could
but
you
if they're
roll
moon
a
touched,
wisdom save for me?
me?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm sure this is fine.
Right. Ranger's casting stat is wisdom, right?
Yeah.
I know you don't technically cast, but
See,
still
my
it's pretty
casting stat would be
magical.
wisdom.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Wow. Okay.
Damn.
So, yeah, you are able to clamp down on the thing just enough to notice that there is one exception.
Is it a human?
Yep.
Is there a human in the center of all these fucks?
Yep.
Okay. At that point, I will just switch it off to prevent the migraine that is definitely coming even after the nat 20.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not going to be able to freaking really use it to get any real information. It is so many that it's just overwhelming.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm going to get the general direction we need to go to fight them. But, alright, so good news. I muscled through. I found Cook.
Oh, good.
He's in the middle.
Ah,
I
that's
don't
good.
know, like a couple thousand goblins. And if he's in the middle, there's like an 80 to 90% guarantee that almost all of them are moon touched and insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how many goblins do you each think you could take in a fight? Because unless we can somehow add our way up to a couple thousand, we might have a massive problem on our hands.
I can get one.
I can get at least 3.
1 and 3. Great.
That's a joke. I could probably get more. I was trying to lighten the mood.
Yeah.
I was not joking.
Oh, that's...
Okay, so you can take on
Oh,
1 goblin.
Well,
No, you
Huh?
can probably take on like 20 or something.
You put Mo and the goblin in a freaking arena and rumble it out. Mo can beat that one goblin, but if you do a 2v1, it's just over.
The 2v1's 50-50. Who knows?
But Mo adds like +10 to whoever is on Mo's team. So that's good.
True. Alright. You know what? I'm just gonna pretend like we'll be able to somehow deal with that problem once we get there, and I'm just gonna keep moving.
Put me and a goblin
Yeah.
on the same team, we can kill like 100 goblins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that goblin will backstab you after like the 3rd. At which point, you're done. It's over.
Yeah. Doesn't need to backstab, it could just yell at me.
Yeah.
Front
Just
set.
go, hey, you're cringe, and Mo just instantly dies.
Nice.
Mo goes, nah!
What does that even mean?
Deconstructive criticism, my worst nightmare!
So, yep, you guys travel onward for another few minutes before crossing out onto a more open area of the mountain. You can see kind of the next area, and you see a whole mountain riddled with caves and structures of goblin, at least what you recognize Gube as goblin make.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems that you found what's left of the goblins here. All of them.
So,
And that is where we're going to end it, with you guys finding the Goblin City.
wait, one question before we end.
Yeah.
Did Heath come back?
Not yet, no. Heath is still away.
If that bitch dies, I'm killing every member of the party and then myself.
And I'm helping.
I like the idea that when Mo says, and I'm helping, it's just like Mo just stabs themselves and falls over.
Yeah, true.
I did it!
I make you invisible. I make me invisible, and then I stab myself.
Invisible. Oh no.
Mo just
I'm going to help you kill Oyeko. Mo, why would you help me? Well, Oyeko tried to kill Johnny that one time. I'm trying to kill everyone. Yeah, but you didn't try and kill Johnny that one time. And I know that took a lot from you.
I just need to remind myself of that. So, yeah, that's where we're going to end it.
I'm probably gonna go to sleep
Sleep.
soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am also exhausted. But on the upside, while we were playing, I got news that there's a cancellation of school tomorrow because of how much ice we're gonna get around here.
Oh fuck yeah.
Nice.
I don't have work tomorrow, baby. Let's go.
Oh, is it supposed to be snowing?
It's supposed to snow later in the day, but it's supposed to be like really icy, and it's supposed to be raining and sleeting. And so there's like an ice cancellation around
Yeah.
here.
Because my job is all about freaking going to drive around and that sort of freaking nonsense. So,
We're gonna have. You're closer to the Cape, right?
yeah, so at least the weather here is reading more like closer to like 40s. So, hopefully it won't
Okay.
be
Yeah.
rain.
It won't be a fun morning, but at least it'll be warm enough so it won't be ice. It'll just be like.
Yeah, I'd much prefer it just be freaking rain. I do not want it to be sleet. Sucks driving in the snow already, so.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys.
Imagine having
Thanks
to
for
warm
running.
enough for it to sleet.
The beginning of the end.
Yeah.
One way or another, this is going to be the end.
Yes,
Hopefully you
I
guys will be
believe,
buried in goblins.
given the way this usually goes for us, I think it's not going to end very happily.
No, if we're not all
I-
dead in the ditch, in like the right in front of the front door, I will be shocked.
You make it to the front door and just all die.
I don't think
Yeah.
we'll make it to the front door. There's just gonna be a literal pile of goblins. I want this campaign to end like that one Doom cover.
Where is Ronald Reagan?
Yeah.
The initial Doom standing on a bot.
Yeah, that's how I want this campaign to end. I want to be on top of that. Even after we've won, I want to go into the horde of goblins and just fight until the end.
You guys have never seen this.
I've not.
I haven't.
Oh fuck!
I've been
No, that's true, though.
uninitiated.
I've only seen this because Kurt sent it to me.
That's pretty good.
I haven't seen that. That's great.
All right, so
That's a good
Mitchell,
one.
at the end of this dungeon, I'm gonna need a super shotgun and some sick armor. All right, thanks. I promise I'll only use it for good.
There's just a green set of armor and a super shotgun sitting at the end.
If that's what
he just spits out armor.
Yeah. If that's what I fucking find after Cook dies, if that's just like next to his corpse, I'll be happy. This will be the best campaign in history.
What if
Every now
Cook
and
dies
then
and
you'll
he
find
drops a...
Moe's corpse just laying somewhere with some like bonus armor pickups around it.
It's always Moe's corpse as well. It's always the exact same corpse.
Oh, how'd you die? I don't know.
Oh no, Moe's like the fucking the bots that give you the fucking weapon mods.
Mo's a loot goblin, jangling around, and then when
Mo
you
just
kill
reaches
her,
up to
all
give
her
you a
loot-
set of armor and you just freaking punch Mo and take the armor.
That'd be fucked up.
I mean, that's
But
how you get it in the game. That's 2016. Doom Guy's a freaking jerk to bots.
No, that's true though.
The bots are like, hey, dude.
You're a jerk to bots.
I still think
Here's
that
a
like
useful weapon mod for you.
one of the best fucking moments in that game is when you're like trying to figure out how to shut down one of like the energy collectors, and fucking Hayden calls you. He's like, "Now you have to be very careful." And Doom Guy just fucking boots it, shatters it instantly, and it's like, "What the fuck, bro? Do you know the damage you're doing right now?"
Yep. Yeah, Hayden is like, yeah, you know, we kind of want this to keep working after the whole demon invasion. Doom Guy's like, no, I'm doing it my way.
My brain is on life support. Good night, guys.
Yep.
Good night, Lump.
He's pulling the plug. Good night.
Yeah, I should probably get off because I do have to work.
Yeah.
Peace.
I
gonna
also
make
have to work.
I'm gonna go make some actual dinner instead of just toast. So.